Hello and welcome once more to the Chronicles of Nidum, run by us here at Dice of the Beholder and streamed through the fantastic and amazing community that is Heavyweight RPG. Yes, episode 72. Sorry for the delay. But, you know, the weather was literally like the gates of hell had opened, and it was horrible, and we didn't
It was untenable. It couldn't be done.
No. So we decided to put it off so we could actually roleplay instead of just 4 hours of you watching some Welsh people melt. But yes, we're here now. Before we get into it, though, a little bit about the sponsors. As always, first of all, we have Loki Battle Mats, who are an amazing, award-winning UK-based TTRPG accessory creator. There are many books of battle mats, little, big, giant sizes, and their modular book sets are full of awesome artwork and an amazing backdrop to any tabletop game. If you are interested in finding out more, please obviously search Loki Battle Mats, Loke, on Facebook, or visit lokibattlemats.com to view their amazing artwork and shop their physical and digital maps. Our second sponsor, fantastic contributor to the recent charity stream as well for the raffle prizes, is Blink Dog Dice. We love them. They're a small dice maker based in Cardiff. We all have amazing examples of their dice. A lot of the viewers do too. A lot of the people who donated to the charity will be in the raffle for, I think, 7 sets. We've contributed to the Heavyweight Gaming raffle, which I haven't actually checked at this point. Raised £1,100 plus during the 24-hour, but yes, Blink Dog Dice, please, if you want to, pop over to their Etsy store and check out the awesome examples of their work. And if you haven't already, pick up the Dice of the Beholder set, named for us.
No.
Yeah. Before we go into it as well, just so we don't get shouted at or sued, and because they are awesome, ambient sound, now that it's working, or gaming sounds, will be provided by the Sirenscape sound sets. If you haven't already, please pop over to sirenscape.com, and you can use those, a lot of them free of charge, but it is well worth signing up for the subscription as well. I promise you, sirenscape.com, go over there, because epic games need epic sound. Yes. Without further ado, here's everyone else.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, we're such a glamorous group.
I know.
My food just arrived. I'm gonna start eating on camera. I'm very sorry for
This is
what
my
is about to
sexy hair, guys.
It's gorgeous, Millie.
It's very good.
That's okay.
happen. It certainly is a look.
You'll finish your food by the time
part of
I
me is
get
like,
through
I
my
wish I had
intro.
that.
Yeah,
And then the other part
that
of
was
me
what I
is
was thinking,
like,
bro. It was safe to order because by the time you finished monologuing about last session,
There you go.
I'll have finished.
Always has the best t-shirts.
I do love the Owlbear t-shirt, though.
The three
It's my favourite.
Owlbear moon. I love it.
They're
It's
also
great.
very. They're also so just happy to be here.
Yeah,
Just
I
go
know.
out.
I need that
Uh,
shirt.
The bottom right one is definitely moon.
Moon.
It is very much, though, our campaign 1 t-shirt, isn't it? Hashtag
It
it's
is.
always an
Always an
Owlbear.
Owlbear.
Always an owlbear.
I do apologise, it's an in-joke. For everyone else watching, campaign 1, hashtag it's always an Owlbear, was because I didn't have very many large miniatures. So whenever
Everything
I'm
we
on...
thought was an owlbear.
Everything we thought was an Owlbear.
It's always a fucking owlbear. I nearly opened Keeslin then because we were talking about the old campaign. I was like, oh yes, level 20 half elf cleric, yes.
Oh mate, that really would help right now.
She would
Keeslin
come in
would be
clutch.
Pretty
Hello,
clutch.
cake.
But yes,
I'll open
unfortunately...
Forgebane and 6. I'll have both of them.
Unfortunately, you're not all level 20. So,
Aw.
without further ado, back into the Chronicles of Nidum, episode 72. Last time on the Chronicles of Nidum, you had infiltrated your aunt's estate, your family estate here in Paras, and upon discovering...
Infiltrated is such an ugly word.
Visited without permission your aunt's estate.
Without permission is such an ugly word.
He's going to stab you.
Visited through an unknown entrance without permission your aunt's estate. discovered a Gnome Ceremorph floating around the upper landings. Following the Gnome Ceremorph, you discovered some strange experiment going on, which you put a quick end to, destroying quite a lot of the library along the way, and finally killing the Gnome Ceremorph and its small little brain minions. You then discovered, further into the attic of this wing, a lot of human slaves captured for these experiments or brain extractions, and freeing them, took them all then down, trying not to leave too much evidence of your passage, took them all then down into Paras below, leaving them in the care of Oriana's brother and the village or town he had created in the catacombs. You then very quickly put together a plan, having discovered through some sort of magical conversation that you eavesdropped on that any disruption to this experiment would probably cost your cousin their lives. You put a plan together very quickly to kidnap them both, knowing that they were in the opera. It was outside the opera, when coming up with a plan and trying to put it into action, that you saw your cousin leave, with your younger cousin on the arm of someone you now knew to be the Prince of Paras, or the absent prince, one who had abdicated in favor of his younger brother. Causing a distraction, at least delaying the prince and his entourage, giving your friends then time, Oriana, to get into position, you got onto the carriage after being invited by Quickfang, Quill's cousin, and when you got eventually to the right alleyway, discovered, or all jumped on the carriage, very quickly knocking out the driver, infiltrating the inside of the carriage, and kidnapping quite successfully, a lot of good rolls, quite successfully, kidnapping your friends, or your Quill's family, sorry. And it is now getting ready to pick a direction, because you've come to a junction. Where do you want to go?
So I would like to go to an inn that is like neither really, really upmarket nor really, really downmarket. Like I'd like to go to the type of inn that like a regular merchant would stay in when they're in town on business. Not someone from my family, and certainly not like someone like Captain Handsome, but like a regular ass head above water merchant.
Somewhere in between. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you've just left the most affluent part of the entertainment district. You're probably looking for something else in the end of the district that's closer to the docks, shall we say, or nearer the market. Roll an investigation check.
Can I help, since I'm also stood on the back with Quill?
Are you two, if I remember correctly, you two are sitting on either side of the... You two are sitting on either side of the driver.
Greg, you muted.
The very unconscious driver, yes.
Yes, but you two are sitting on either side of the driver, and
Ends on the back.
On top.
Ace is on the back or top. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can help. I
will
suppose then, explains what he's looking for.
17.
17.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Looking about, then you can see off to the left much quieter streets, much better dressed people. You can see a lot of people still, even at this late hour, sitting outside under awnings with magical flame, kind of keeping them warm as it floats around them. To the right, much further on down the street and around a curve, you can just make out that it is slightly more crowded, maybe a couple of 100 feet away. People seem to be much louder, walking in much larger groups, and the buildings do look a little less well maintained. So if you want to turn right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds appealing.
Roll me an animal handling check.
Why?
Because you're driving a carriage. Do you know how to do that?
Possibly.
No.
No.
Hey, Dice, I'd love to be guided right now.
Sure, have some guidance.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
It's cocked.
No animal handling skill, but you are an animal.
That does not help.
Rude.
6. I have rolled a 6.
Oh,
A
shit.
6.
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, as you make to turn the carriage right, the horses seem to falter slightly. They don't slow, but they do tug against you pulling the reins, and they turn left instead. You get the idea that they know this route.
Oh dear.
Piss parts. Dice, are you do you know how to drive a carriage?
I can certainly try.
We need to go somewhere back the way we just turned away from. I'm looking for like a more nondescript kind of inn to take them to.
Alright, well, why don't I turn... I'm actually proficient in animal handling. Why don't I turn left at the next... Why's my accent wrong? Why don't I turn left at the next road and we'll go down that one, okay?
Yes, or right and right again, whichever.
We don't want to be too obvious, I was thinking.
Sure.
Right, I'm going to attempt an animal handling check, then I take it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to give myself guidance, because that seems smart.
Cool. Okay.
Can't remember what guidance does.
Help with the roll?
Add a d4.
Add a d4. Are you not from where you are, I wouldn't think?
No.
Because you're at that.
It's the same as I can't give bardic inspiration because I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
It's okay. You'll be fine. 14.
14. Okay.
Yeah. With guidance. And a +5.
Okay. You do then, once you take the reins from Quill, shoving with your shoulder the unconscious driver so that their weight is entirely on Quill now, making yourself comfortable. You do manage, after another block, to eventually coax the horses to turn. They seem uncomfortable with this. They don't seem to understand why they're being diverted from a route they've probably taken a great many times. But you do turn them right or left?
It was left Quill was trying to get to, wasn't it?
No, we turned left. We were trying to go right.
Okay, we want to go... Which way? Which way do I need to go, Quill?
We need to do a big U-turn. So
Directly behind you.
Yeah, we need to do a big U-turn. So like either left or right is fine as long as we can then turn that direction again. You know.
Okay, can I see a sensible route?
Absolutely can.
Why are you drinking out of Ace's cup?
Oh, because they just... It's whatever cup is available.
Hey, Ariana.
It's because we miss you.
Yeah.
But yes, so eventually you do find a street, as most of the alleyways that you could have gone down are probably too thin to guide the carriage comfortably. You do find a street to your right, and you begin to make your way around. This one's quite a long boulevard, not many turns. You are getting now, from what you can determine, quite close to the river. So I need you to make me another animal handling check, as the horses seem quite uncomfortable.
Okay.
Their nostrils flare as if they've caught the scent of water, and they know they're going the wrong way.
Guidance again.
Mm-hmm.
19, 20, 21, 22, 27.
Okay. As you get
Nice.
to the
roll.
river, then, this is a much more upmarket promenade, as opposed to, as you know, much further down the river is the dockland, and this carriage would not make the trip. But you do turn right, and you travel quite far along the river until you have to start slowing the carriage as there are crowds now making their way to and from taverns, restaurants, smaller kind of boutiques. There are a few taverns around.
Quill, which one? Music.
I'm looking for an inn rather than a tavern. I'm looking for somewhere we can take them and get a room very, very quickly.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Can I roll it too?
Now that's a roll. 22.
Never mind.
Okay. As you look around then, you do notice that there is a tavern, which you can see the bar is open on its bottom floor. And then, as you look up, a lot of intermittent windows are lit up. It looks very much like an inn. And just off to the side of it, you notice a gate large enough to hold a carriage. There doesn't seem to be much traffic, or foot traffic in front of it, as if people are used to avoiding it. You make your way over?
Yes, love to.
Mm-hmm. The rest of you can't really speak Shalem. However, you do see... Dice. You see the sign on the front of the tavern, and it says the Riverside Coach House.
Okay. I'll steer the horses in.
Okay.
Hopefully.
You rolled a 27 on your last animal handling check. Surely they're your best friends now.
I think you're all right.
They should be.
You make your way towards the gates then. They do not automatically open. But as you pull up and wait, after a minute or so, a smaller, like almost a postern gate inside the large carriage gates does kind of open, and a small goblin kind of peers out. Bonjour!
I don't say a word because I'm human.
We need to come in. We need rooms very quickly and very discreetly.
Ah. Looks at the unconscious guard between you. Is that a bit too much to drink? Yes.
He has.
Yes.
I'm just gonna toss a pouch of 20 gold at this guy.
Wow.
I mean, 2, not at.
Just chuck it at him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is an attack. I'm rolling an attack.
Improvise weapon, kill the goblin. He catches the pouch then. Are you actually rolling an attack? You're not rolling an attack, are you?
No, of course
okay.
not. I'm tossing it to him. I was attempting humor.
That's fine. He catches it with a practiced hand out of the air, kind of looks inside it. Ah, oui, understood. No questions asked. And closes the gate. And a moment later, you see the gates open, and there are a couple more goblins running quickly to open the gates and allow you entry.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
You go in. It's about 1.5 stories tall. The tunnel you're in until it opens out into an almost empty courtyard. There is one much smaller, cheaper-looking carriage pulled off to the side. You can see just through a lit doorway. There is a small stables. You can see 2 much smaller horses in there. And a couple of goblins rush out. Would you like us to rush down your horses and sort everything out for you? You're
Yes.
muted.
I don't think that will be necessary. We need rooms immediately. And I would like to be taken straight to them, please.
Your bags?
We have everything that we need on us. We travel light.
Oui. Please follow me. And the goblin kind of takes a torch. It's quite dimly lit out here. And you can see there are wooden landings all around the interior of the courtyard. It goes up about 4 stories and leads you to the staircase going up to the first landing.
At this point, I'm going to hop down. I'll open the door to the carriage, poke my head in and say, "Follow me, no time for questions, you're in grave danger."
Hi, Quill.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I would love to roll you a persuasion check. I am very bad at persuading people. 7.
Good lord.
What are you doing here, Quill? How dare you?
Oriana, you know of the danger. Tell them.
He's telling the truth. We do need to speak with you in private about a delicate matter. I sort of glance at, I've forgotten the little cousin's name. Like,
Quick,
I'm trying, yeah, like I'm trying to tell you something without upsetting the child present.
Okay, roll a persuasion check.
Gladly. 17?
17.
Yeah.
Okay. As you like stare emphatically at him, trying to get him to understand, he does glance at Quickfang and then locks eyes again with you. I have, I suppose, one short evening disturbance before we return home. Should be okay.
Thank you, Busy-Claw. I appreciate it.
Lead on.
And I do. I'll lead them in to the inn.
Okay. He, as you are leading him, looks around very distastefully.
I will say, I apologize, cousin, for the ignominious surroundings, but you have to admit this is the last place anyone would look for us.
True, very true. However, you then look at Quickfang's face, and her eyes are wide. She is delighted. She's kind of clutching Oriana's hand, like this is the best adventure ever.
Intrigue!
I love her.
I'm pointing things out to her if she doesn't know what they are.
Roll a perception check, Oriana.
Perception.
Disgrace.
12.
12.
Yeah.
As you are pointing things out, then you do notice that as you're walking along, it's quite low rent around back, and you do notice that every once in a while there is a kind of a forgotten dagger, or a forgotten kind of lockpick just on the floor that you're pointing out to her. And as you are wandering around, you catch it at the corner of your eye as she kind of picks up the dagger quite deftly out of the wood it's poking, like been stuck into, and just puts it into her frills.
I love this.
Circle her head and keep going.
I as I'm leading Busy-Claw, I'm also going to do some sleight of hand myself. I'm just going to, I'll place my hand on the small of his back to sort of hurry him along and check his pockets with my other hand.
Okay. I'll have a sleight of hand check from you then, please.
Yeah. That's more my kind of role. 22.
Okay.
That was a 5 on the dice, in case you were wondering.
No, yeah.
Wow.
As he just very distastefully kind of takes out a scented handkerchief and holds it against his nose, covering most of his face, you take that opportunity as the handkerchief comes out to pop your hand in. You do find some papers. He doesn't appear to have any coin.
I'm just going to squirrel them. I'm just going to squirrel them away.
Okay.
That's more what I was looking for than coin.
Okay.
I mean, we made $1 million gold in that crypt, so I'm really not that interested in finding coin right now.
We're rich!
Okay. You are, though, eventually taken up to the 3rd floor. I hope this is okay. It is our largest suite for such a grandiose carriage of fine Parisian denizens.
It's fantastic. Thank you very much. I give him another 5 gold, and I say, of course, we weren't ever here.
Who wasn't?
Exactly.
And I follow it up very quickly, just saying, anything happens to the carriage, and there will be trouble.
What carriage?
Exactly.
And I just walk away.
Okay. You make your way into... it's about a quarter of the size of the suite in the Horizon. But the suite in the Horizon was massive. You have, on your travels, stayed in much smaller accommodation. There are a few doors leading off to, you assume, bedrooms, dressing rooms, chamber parts. But there is a comfortable sitting area in the middle.
This is just a heads up for my fellow players. When I was hatching this plan, I may have forgotten that I don't have a plus 16 to deception anymore.
Okay,
So we'll see how it goes.
yeah, I'll be alright.
I mean, I've got plus 8. But also, I am going to take Quick Fang. Is there like a side room I can take her into?
Yes. As you kind of just walk around the edge of the room, glancing in through the doors, there are like a couple of bedrooms. You can
I'll
just
take her into a side room and just spend time sort of distracting her, even if it's just showing her like little tricks with like the flames and a candle, or teaching her how to what I know of throwing a dagger and using a dagger.
Okay.
Would it be reasonable to say that Ace brought the unconscious carriage driver up as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's wreck on that and say Ace
Just like
gently carried the unconscious.
Yeah. I'll,
Just
Right.
weekend at Bernie's him
100%.
upstairs.
weekend at,
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll teach Quick Fang how to cheat at card games.
Okay. I'm just imagining now Ace, just every corner that they turned, just like smack. Oh, sorry. Bang. Oh, that's his elbow. Bang. Oh, that's his head again.
What a shame. Nah,
This
it was-
guy literally blameless. The only person in this whole caper who hasn't done anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't. I wouldn't have banged them up if they hadn't done anything.
No, you're strong enough that it's quite an easy kind of journey carrying this guy up the stairs. There's no problem at all. But yes, as then Oriana takes Quick Fang out of the room, Ace lays the unconscious driver in one of the most comfortable chairs they can find off to the side. It is the three of you and Busyclaw.
I must apologise, cousin, for the abruptness of my action here.
I hope you have some way of explaining yourself.
Indeed, I do, and I think you'll see the urgency as I do. I visited your home this evening. I was intending to apologise for the misunderstanding with the supplies I purchased via the concierge. I didn't realise that that the charge was being applied to your account, and obviously I found you to be absent. But when I was approaching, I saw a light moving through the front windows, and peering in through the glass, I saw a creature moving around in your foyer who looked eldritch, nightmarish. Of course, I had one or two of my more worldly friends here with me, and we agreed that it would be best to investigate rather than allowing you to come back to your home unaware of this monstrous presence. We engaged with the creature and found that your wing, which you've closed for renovations, appears to have been taken over by some sect, some demonic, monstrous beings who are performing vile rites and obviously, I didn't know who in your employ would be involved in this. I know what a good and kind man you are, and to have had your trusting nature taken advantage of in this way, I knew would horrify you. But I wanted to get you somewhere safe before anyone involved in the scheme could suspect anything amiss.
Okay. Roll me a deception check.
Now you've got to admit that was some good shit.
Roll me a deception check with advantage.
You're the best.
And if you've still got any inspiration hanging around, Greg, just in case.
I mean, I have, but I already have advantage. Can I have a third roll because I have inspiration?
Yes.
Okay.
Inspiration doesn't work the same as advantage. You can still roll again if you spend the inspiration.
Yeah. That is... what am I rolling? Persuasion or deception? It's the same number. That's a 16.
16.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first two were a 1 and a 4.
Okay. A great many different emotions play very quickly across your cousin's face. He staggers at one point as if to sit, but then straightens up and takes a deep breath and bristles with something akin to anger, possibly tinged with fear. And you have dealt with the encroachment on my mother's house?
Yes, of course. We barely made it out with our lives.
He gulps deeply, but the Ceremorph that you saw, they are expired.
What's a Ceremorph, cousin?
Just this strange thing you described. It is something that has been rumored to haunt.
I don't believe that I described it.
Said a terrible eldritch thing.
There are many of those in the world.
Cousin, I don't want to accuse you of anything. Did you know of the presence of these things in Paras?
No, of course I did not. I would not help them or allow them into my house.
No, of course
in
not. I would
danger
never-
of my sister.
Insight
would
check,
never imply.
please.
Well, yeah, insight check.
I fully know he's lying.
With
The
advantage.
DC for the insight check is 2.
You get
With
advantage, and the
advantage?
DC is like, yeah,
19.
cool. Yeah, he's lying through his back teeth.
This is like Miss Marble caliber shit.
Yeah,
It's like, I didn't murder him. Well, I never said he was murdered.
him. As you kind of stare at him as he's trying to explain himself, he just collapses into the chair behind him and puts his head in his hands. Oh, mon Dieu, I am a dead man. You have killed us all.
Cousin, what have you involved us in?
I have involved you in nothing. You have poked your nose in to business that was not yours, and everything would have been okay.
Well, it sounds like you were endangering my family, my young cousin. It sounds like you were involved in something evil and twisted, cousin. Why don't you explain to us what you have done?
I'm going to come back into the room with that and leave Quick Fang with some cards and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I would imagine that was audible. Yep.
I used prestidigitation to make my voice boom a little and to redden my eyes as I spoke.
Okay. He is slightly scared of you now. But it's
Volume. There is a small child in the other room.
it's not the normal form of intimidation. You can see the look on his face, like any illusion of that he had created of who he remembered from his childhood has completely fallen away. And it's like he's seeing you with new eyes, and he's slightly terrified.
Yeah, my hand is fully on the hilt of my scimitar. It's like half a foot drawn already.
Oh, keep my head.
It was your aunt, my mother, had never appreciated my genius. She was always making such risky business deals. Yes, I'll admit some of them came off and got the family quite a lot of money, but she also lost quite a bit. She never listened to my advice. She never had faith in any of my ideas. So,
Well, I can't help but notice that you're talking about Auntie in a past tense sort of manner. You better cut to the chase very quickly, or you too will be talked of in a past tense manner.
Sorry.
I was
Out of character.
I was approached by someone who had taken notice of my genius and understood that the family in Paris would be much better off if I was in charge of their business dealings. And so they decided to fund my ideas. And I gave them ideas, planning, my expertise, my genius.
Where's your mother?
She is returned to the Fragrant Peaks for a holiday after brokering a business deal that I put together for her.
I'm going to take a step closer to Visiclaw. I'm going to say,
I want to insight check that.
allow me to reinterpret what you have said for me. It sounds like you were approached, flattered, and like the vain fool that you are, you have been seduced into aiding and abetting an evil in this world. Is that an accurate interpretation, Visiclaw?
No. There are
I
some...
fully strike him about the face. Claws out.
Okay, cool.
Ooh.
So it's not unarmed. All right. Yeah, so it is an unarmed strike, but your unarmed strike does...
Does 1d4 plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
+1 for claws.
I'll roll to hit.
Yeah, roll to hit first.
It's Visiclaw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a 22 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
He's also sat there not expecting it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's a surprise attack!
If it was a surprise attack, I'd be doing
He'd be
sneak
dead.
attack damage and he'd die. that is a 4.
Okay.
That tiny kills him outright.
He reels from your strike.
Do not lie to me, cousin.
He takes his hand away from his cheek, and you can see there are like 3 quite deep claw marks on his cheek now. The Inquisition do not consider themselves evil.
No, of course the Inquisition don't consider themselves evil.
No one considers themselves to be evil, you fucking idiot.
Just to be clear, the train that you were designing, and we do know more than we let on, the train that you were designing, do you know what it does? What they want it for? Because I do. So maybe speak the truth here and be very clear about what you do know.
They wanted it for a revolutionary new way of acquiring cargo and making extra long trips in half the time.
And what kind of cargo would you suspect that would be?
Livestock?
And livestock, like the people in the cells in
I
your
hit him
house.
again.
Okay.
This guy's gonna die. They Quill beating him around the face.
Some, like, backhands.
That's a 10 to hit, but it's fucking busy, Claw. I'm gonna say it hit.
Okay.
That's just with
it
the
does.
back of my. That's just the back of my hand. I'm just hitting him to hit him.
It does. Even for a Tabaxi, he's like the least dexterous member of your race. And he does kind of reel again from the second strike. I am... Unfortunately...
If you refer to human beings as livestock in my presence one more time, Busy Claw, I will kill you where you stand. You will not finish the sentence, and I will kick your head into the river.
Can you use prestidigitation to like block a noise?
Yeah,
No.
maybe like
I just want to soundproof the room.
one
I've
that,
got
like,
quick
sounds
fang
good.
in. Like all she hears is just mumbling.
You can make a
Talking about
sound.
taxes and shit.
You can make a sound with prestidigitation. So, like,
Yeah, I'm
there's
doing
just
that
white
to
noise.
cover it. It's just white noise.
Yeah.
Every now and again, someone mentions taxes, and then
Okay.
Ariana's doing lo-fi beats to study and relax me using prestidigitation.
Okay. I apologize for referring to humans as livestock.
I suppose it's not entirely your fault. It's only your upbringing and what you've been taught, but it's incorrect.
No, it's definitely his fault. You don't have to be an idiot. And unfortunately, it turns out Quill got the majority of the brains. Possibly
We all
Quickfang
had
too.
the same upbringing.
Nice, that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
You're welcome.
Actually, they had different upbringings.
Their
Like,
plans, they were not meant to move into the estate, but I lost quite a lot of money from the family, myself, and the
You, but I
Inquisition.
thought you were a genius.
Unfortunately, some rebels made the cargo on the most recent train from Kalas.
So
coming to Paris.
Auntie's successes were incidental, and your failures
Somebody
have
else's
nothing
fault.
have nothing to do with you.
If the rebels had not attacked the train, I would not.
You're a
have.
worthless piece of shit, Busy Claw. Who was it? Who approached you?
I did not know her at the time. I only knew her as Elaine. But when her title was given to me, she was introduced properly as the assistant to the office of the High Inquisitor.
There are so many things that you know nothing about, and you claim to be a genius. It is sad. And you thought that you were doing good things, letting creatures with tentacles on their face move into your house to develop a train. What did the train do again, Bri? It's been a couple of weeks. There was something specific that it did that was fucking horrible.
Like fucking harvest souls, basically, right?
It was
Yeah.
a train that
a soul train, but in the worst way.
Soul Train derogatory.
when you were looking at the plans and the hologram as Quill described it, it effectively looked very much like one of the trains you had recently been on, mixed with the biological parts of the nautiloid that you had seen from the Illithid tunnels. The tentacles that then spread out from the train could be used as it passed through settlements to immediately transport any living being it hit into chains on the inside of the train. And it would begin to drain their essence for power, which would allow it to jump great distances from one settlement to another.
So I'll describe what I know of the train. And go, and none of this seemed at any point like something that you perhaps shouldn't be involved in.
I have no answer that will not have my cousin strike me again.
So your answer is, in fact, that you thought it
You
was
knew.
fine.
He kind of glances warily at Quill. The money
Go
was too great.
So you
I turn my back on him and face my friends, and I say, "Does anyone want to provide me with a compelling reason why I don't kill this fool right here?"
I've already lit a fire under his chair.
We can just adopt your other cousin. She's sweet. She can be trained. She can be changed. This dickhead needs... I have no affection for him.
Physical, no one
I
here
just
is willing
want-
to speak in your defense.
I dropped. I can say I've dropped disguise self now as well, so I'm back in my normal outfit, not the fancy harass bullshit.
It appears that after hearing your testimony about your actions, Busyclaw, no one in this room has a shred of affection for you. Do you have anything to say for yourself that would convince me not to take this scimitar and plunge it into your throat?
While Quill's talking, I'm making lightning run up and down my arms from my hands. Just because I can.
It would break Quickfang's heart.
Don't you think it would break her heart to know that you were keeping humans in cages to serve as fuel for a fast-moving train?
Which one would break her heart more, losing her brother in a tragic accident, or finding out he was a mass murderer?
He's right. I can't do that to Quickfang.
She needs protection now.
We can protect her
Not from
better
you.
than you can.
But
He-
I won't. But I won't kill him.
The prince you met with, hanging out with, you were with this evening. Does he know what this train is?
No, the meeting with the prince this evening was nothing to do with the
Purely social.
Inquisition. It was the prince knew of Quickfang's upcoming birthday and invited her to the opera.
Aw,
Was
that's
a young
sweet.
lady up and coming in the court. He has done this many times.
The question is, what do we do with you? Because we cannot let you go free and go back to your life. That's not...
They will kill me if they can.
They would kill you anyway.
The way I see it, Busyclaw, you have a number of options. You can very quickly come up with a way that you can be helpful to us in unraveling this monstrous scheme you've helped to perpetrate. Or I will take from you your finery. I will take from you your silks. I will take from you your very name. I will place you in the lowest position on a merchant ship, and I will send you to the furthest end of the earth. And by the time you return here, all will have forgotten your name. So, think very carefully before you speak again.
You know, that would probably do him good.
Thinking carefully? Yes, I think so. And tell me, can you, with your immeasurable genius that has led to no successes and no good outcomes for our family, can you possibly calculate a way that you can be of positive influence here in Paras, of use to us? I'll give you 5 minutes, and I just walk out and go and hang out with Quickfang for a little while.
Oh, Quill, just before you leave, do you think it would be interesting to also send a letter to your aunt informing her of your cousin's schemes? I want to see if that has any impact on him. I'm still trying to work out if she's alive or dead, quite frankly.
He, at the mention of Quill's aunt, looks very, very worried that you might do that.
I haven't decided what Auntie should know yet.
In regards to Quickfang, I think I know what we can do to keep her safe.
I'm in the other room.
Okay.
Okay.
He kind of just
Right.
sits there with his head in his hands, not really listening to anyone.
You know, Ariana, there is always this view that humans are meek and useless. I have to wonder if Busy Claw still feels that's the case. And I'm going to sit on the floor directly in front of him, in my armour, and stare directly at him for the entire time he's thinking.
I know damn well what you can do, Dice. I've seen it firsthand, and it's quite terrifying sometimes.
Thank you, sweetheart.
I'm gonna turn to Busy Claw. Like, Quickfang's at risk, and she needs to be taken somewhere far away and safe. Correct?
Oui, that is correct.
Then I think I can arrange that. But you'll never see her again.
She would be safe, though.
She'll be cared for. She'll be raised in a way that she'd probably find more enjoyable. But she'll learn the entire truth about this world.
Something you seem to have missed.
Perhaps knowing that I have an idea. I do not think me entering that room to ask my cousin to return would be perhaps a good idea, though.
Okay, I'll get up. Actually, without moving, I'm just going to speak into a stone in my hand and go, "Quill, come back, please." I'm trying to show as much magic as possible.
Okay.
I'm in the other room showing Quickfang how to make a coin like dance across your knuckles.
Okay.
Quickfang's having a wicked night. Like, she doesn't know what's happening, but she's having a nice time.
Yeah.
Bless her.
I'm to have the rug pulled out from under her feet.
Quickfang's currently like throwing coins across the room every time she's.
That's close. That's closer than you might think. Just throw it less far to the next knuckle. You're getting it. You are getting it.
Do you come back in the room?
Yes, I will come back in the room.
Continue.
I have an idea. My life is not the one that is being threatened. Though perhaps it might be if Quickfang disappears.
Well, that's okay to me because your life is worth very little right now.
If, however, I was allowed to perhaps convince them that the home had been attacked or ransacked, that Quickfang was kidnapped, and that in the scuffle the kidnappers had unfortunately killed the Ceremorph.
That only brings up the risk of them looking for her, thinking she's been kidnapped.
And it brings up a question of
looking.
it brings up a question of whether you're a competent enough dissembler to convince anyone of this this story.
We can mess up the house further.
We did mess up the house.
No, we tidied it up before we left.
Quickfang's rooms, we can do some damage and leave it looking thoroughly ransacked.
We'd have to get some of her things anyway.
And we can leave Busy Claw knocked out in the foyer, which could be quite fun.
I can arrange an unconsciousness.
What will we use this way, Busy Claw?
That is the best line ever.
I could arrange an unconsciousness.
An
Unconsciousness.
What's the goal? What do we achieve by doing this, Busy Claw?
I can perhaps get more information for you about
And what
the train.
stops you from betraying us? Other
We
than
know-
we have the location of Quickfang.
And we would be the only people with the location of Quickfang. So, you rat us out, and we will kill you. That we won't hurt Quickfang, of course, but we will kill you.
We'll kill
Without-
you, and then we will tell your mum.
And then we'll tell your mum.
Worse than death.
It is strange, but I have nothing more to offer than my word.
A devalued currency, as I'm sure you can appreciate.
I have never lied when asked point blank
You told
question.
us that the
wings are undergoing
wings were
renovations.
undergoing renovations.
There were ceremorphs in it and walking brains and human corpses in a closet.
Not 5 minutes ago. Not 5 minutes ago, you told us that you didn't know that there was a Ceremorph walking around the house, and then you told us you didn't know what a Ceremorph was.
After telling us that it was in fact a ceremorph, which is not a well-known creature, please note.
If you cross us, I'll ruin your reputation.
If this comes out, my reputation is ruined anyway.
Oh no.
I can ruin it further. Quickly learnt what a scandal can do for a family like yours. How quickly they can disown a member of their family.
And you may not have noticed, but Mariana gets on quite well with the prince, I think. Enough that a friendship could be forged.
Against my better judgment, I'm inclined to give this toe rag a second chance at life and an opportunity to make something more of himself. But I'm sure that he understands that should he betray us, and should agents of the Inquisition or these Ceremorphs come after us, that if one of us escapes that encounter alive, only one, that our first order of business will be to find and kill him. Whether that is our last action on this earth or not. Understood, Claw?
And just to be clear, if it's me who is
You're
the last one standing, and I come to kill you, I will also shit down your neck.
Dice is something of a poet.
Just to be clear.
That is... that he kind of shifts slightly further away from specifically dice.
I give the weirdest smile I can.
That is understood.
Grand, then we have an accord.
Can I do an insight check against him to ensure that I believe he is telling the truth when agreeing?
Okay.
Thank you. I'm going to give myself guidance right in front of him. Okay, it's not terrible. It's 16.
Okay. At the moment, a lot of what you're feeling from him is fear. In this fear, all you're getting really is sincerity. You don't know how sincere, or how that will remain once the fear is kind of worn off or calmed down a little. But for now, he's being as sincere as he can.
Okay, I believe him, sort of.
Grand, then we have an accord.
Phil, this does mean we will need to take Quickfang away.
Yep.
I've got an idea for that. It's going to take me maybe a few hours to set up, but we should have it gone before sunrise.
Quickfang is the sort of Fragrant Peaks youngster that was always going to require some sort of adventure. I doubt she would have stayed here in Paras.
We can certainly provide adventure.
She'll enjoy knowing things that no one else does.
Oh! I should probably wake up the coach driver so that Busy Claw can make his way home.
I feel slightly bad about knocking out the coach driver.
It's okay, he'll be fine. And I'm going to cast Cure Wounds using my item. So I just cast second level Cure Wounds on him to wake him back up.
Okay. And he kind of very groggily comes round, as soon as the spell is done, looks around the room, catches kind of Busy Claw's eye. Monsieur?
Listen, I knocked you out. I'm very sorry about it. It was extremely necessary, but at the same time, definitely a little rude of me. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me, and I pass him a pouch with 5 gold in it.
I will also shake his hand and go, I am so sorry. It was a misunderstanding about the dangerous situation, and I really hope that you are okay. I hope that you're feeling better. I'm sure Busy Claw here will give you some special treatment when you return to the manor to ensure your well-being.
He kind of tries to look past you all again at Busy Claw. Monsieur? Busy Claw. Just, oui, everything is as they say. Everything is fine. You have their apologies. There will be no further questions. And the carriage driver's like, oui. Where is the carriage?
Just outside.
The carriage is fine.
And he suddenly sighs with relief. Now he knows the carriage is okay.
I pat him on the shoulder before I walk away, like, okay.
With the heavy plate armor.
No, I'm very gentle about
Okay.
it. It's a proper, like, dee, dee, dee. Not a bang.
I really am frightfully embarrassed about the whole knocking you out thing.
So you attend to Busy Claw. You'll return home.
Have a good evening.
Have a good evening, go to bed, wake up in the morning, and then report Quickfang has gone missing. Someone's kidnapped her from her room.
Alright.
Not
You
sure
can't send Quickfang home, she'll be killed.
In front of the carriage driver, dear.
Oh, forget I said it then. Why did you bring him into the room?
We didn't.
He was already in the room. You
He was
need to wake
already
him
in
up.
the room. He's been unconscious
Well,
for like
before
half an
I
hour.
said
That's
that,
not good
then.
for people. Yeah, retcon.
Ori
Alright.
would have known that.
All right, I'll allow the retcon for that one. Okay. So Busy Claw, cousin, if our business is concluded.
Our business is far from concluded, but yes, the evening's business is concluded, I believe. Let me speak to Quickfang and explain to her some of the situation.
You are welcome to leave.
Come, drive out. And he walks out the door of the apartment.
I stop the driver before he goes. What's your name, sir?
Jean.
Jean. His name, Busy Claw, is actually Jean and not driver, and I will thank you to use it.
He seems like a nice man.
The the driver looks terrified that someone has just said this to his master. But Busy Claw kind of turns to you, touches his still like slightly bleeding clawed cheek, and just goes, "Of course, cousin. Come, Jean, please, to the carriage." And then just steps out of the apartment. And you look back at the driver, and he's just got this massive beaming grin on his face. Like,
Bye, Jean.
I bow slightly to him.
he bows in thanks and hurries out the door. You can see on the look in his eyes, he's going to try and engineer as many possible situations in which Busy Claw has to say his name now.
Sorry, master. What was my name?
Sorry, master. I did not know who you were talking to.
You have so many drivers. Woo!
So yeah, you are left alone in the room.
Quill, if you want to speak with Quickfang and explain what's going on, I can start making arrangements.
Who are you making arrangements with? I presume either your brother or Captain Handsome.
It will be Captain Handsome, but I also need to get in contact with somebody across the panel.
I had an idea.
No.
Who's the dude who's here? Rich, help me with his name. Nick? No? Who's here?
Nicholas, father.
Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Niklas Rath is in Paris and would be a fantastic choice to arrange something for Quickfang.
Yeah, I was going to get Handsome to take her across the channel and contact the dude we know over there who takes elven children to New Needham.
I was going to get Niklas to take...
He does the same thing.
The same thing, New Needham.
It's probably best if he goes with her as well, because he'll be a good protection for her.
I'll leave the particulars to you. I need to speak to my cousin.
Of course. After Cosguy, we'll start trying to arrange how we're going to speak to Niklas.
Okay.
Sending.
Genius.
I'll just send a sending to him telling us to meet us here immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. And while that sending is going on then, Quill, you walk into the room, Quickfang is there.
Still twiddling.
She's not. She's just kind of sitting there and waiting for you to come into the room.
Hello, Fang.
These doors are not very thick, you know. I heard pretty much everything apart from the strange buzzing sounds that were coming through the wall. You are not quiet when you shout at him.
Eavesdropping is a terrible habit, Fang. I encourage you to develop it more. Finally, I found in my time that it can be a very beneficial, terrible habit. So you heard that you're going to have to go on a little journey then?
Oui. I'm going on an adventure, it would seem.
Yes.
Do we know where?
Not specifically. You're going to a place where you will learn some things about this world that are not as you have been raised to believe. I know that you have human friends already.
Oui.
You will make more human friends.
Servants? Or
No,
they're not paid
Not
to
servants.
be my friends?
they're not paid to be your friends. These humans live free from the Elven Empire. They live outside the Empire, not within its rules, and they're raised.
Does Quill know this?
Yeah, we've
spoken about
Yeah, I
Needham.
suppose so, yeah.
They're raised, not knowing that they're supposed to be inferior to anyone. And in my experience, the humans raised this way, are some of the most enriching people who will ever come into your life.
Ace is like,
It sounds like a wonderful place.
I hope so. It's also a place that is in need always of vigilance and protection, and I hope that with the skills that you're already developing, that one day you'll be able to be one of its protectors. I believe that you will do a lot of good in this world.
What will you tell Mother?
That depends on Busy-Claw to some extent. If everything goes the way I hope it goes, then all we'll tell Mother is that Busy-Claw got involved with some very dangerous people. That they threatened you specifically, and that we had to send you somewhere where you would be safe from them. If things go worse, then I don't know how much I can stop your mother from knowing. She's not a fool.
No, she is not. However, she has been quite foolish in the way she has overlooked my brother. Please do not think too badly of him. I understand from the shouting that he has possibly done some very bad things, but he was always forgotten, bullied by our bigger brothers.
I understand that, Fang. Your brother's made some terrible mistakes, but I think we all. Certainly, I've made some terrible mistakes as well, and I've been lucky enough to live a life where I'm given chances to make amends, and the opportunity to be bigger than those mistakes. I'm trying to give Busy Claude the same opportunity. I sincerely hope that he takes it.
I also hope so.
I'll do everything I can to keep him to put him on a better path and to keep him there. You have my promise.
Merci. And she
Of course.
jumps off the bed and hugs you.
I am fully crying.
Aww.
You big sap.
Reg,
Yeah.
how long does it take me to make a pair of sending stones with the amount of experience I have now?
With the amount of experience you have now, sitting down for about an hour. If you have the materials that you have. Making them from scratch, picking up a couple of stones and infusing them with magic, no, it's going to take you a while.
I still have 6 sets of sending stones. I've just checked. Well, sorry, 5 sets of sending stones. So
Yeah, changing the stones you have is just an hour-long ritual.
I just want to... Actually, I don't even need to change them. Don't worry, I'm being really stupid. It's fine.
Okay.
I don't know. It's fine.
Oriana, you get very quickly, in response to your message, a very short, very curt, "I'll be there as soon as I can."
Father's on his way.
Ah, Daddy, we haven't seen him. Oh, you missed out on seeing him before. That's a shame.
I did. It's been a while. I'm going
Been a while.
I'm going to give Quick Fang my Cloak of Elvenkind.
Ooh.
Because I never use it, but also just to make her journey safer,
Aww.
so she can go undetected. Better.
I think I have some
So I'm gonna
daggers.
take it off and wrap it around her. But keep this safe.
If you come out into the main room now, because then we can talk to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's safe. It'll, I give her a brief explanation of what it does.
I'm going to give her one of the pairs of sending stones, one of a pair of sending stones, and I'm going to give the other to Quill.
Okay.
And I'm going to say to Quick, you need to keep this safe. This will allow you once per day to speak with Quill. And Quill will be able to reply once. It won't be a full conversation. It may be worth saving it for if you need help in an emergency. But it will give you some contact that most where you're going have never had. And perhaps Quill can pass it to your mother one day.
Thank you. It is a very fine gift. Thank you very much.
Quill is crying once again. This is nice. This is wonderful. Thank you so much.
Only because I've spotted I've got a spear. I'm going to slip her another dagger.
You must be very powerful to make things such
Inside
as
the
this.
cloak.
These ones I did not make. We won them in combat against... Have you ever heard of a beholder?
Her eyes go wide. I have read books. A beholder. The
Yeah, really big eye, really
big
ugly.
eye with lots of other eyes.
Yeah, that would be
That's
the
the
one.
one.
That's where Oriana stands there doing it. Yeah, like that.
Surely,
I mean, seriously.
surely they are not real.
Oh, they're
I
real.
wish.
There are all sorts of things in this world that you would never have found, but now you have a chance to learn more. And there's a lot out there. Also, I have this for you. And I'm going to give her, out of the bag of holding, a charlatan's die.
Okay.
Ah,
I go, if you spend enough time with this dice, it's one I did identify at some point.
Okay.
If you do...
I'll just say you've identified in
Everything.
all of the items by now.
I would hope so at this point. If you spend enough time with this, it will roll whatever number you want. So, if you want to cheat at dice for a reason to win, there you go. It's only a silly gift, but it could be fun. Where you're going, there are lots of children to play with.
Guys, I was just looking at
And
like my inventory to see if I had any items I could give to Quakefang, and I realised that the entire time Quo's been about, he's had a pair of winged boots and could fly. And I've just completely forgot that when I made the character that I gave him flying boots. I'm just thinking back to all the times on the train.
Thing about this entire time, and you
I'm just thinking back to all the times on the
You're
train.
flying
that
with me.
Flying would have been really useful.
Well, I have gloves of thievery, but Quill, I think you might actually prefer those.
They're very
Yeah.
good. Yes,
I
they're
was
very
gonna sort of scooch down by White Fang.
Quick Fang.
Quick
Uh,
fang.
I already have gloves of thievery.
Quick Fang.
Quick Fang, sorry, White Fang, and just sort of say when you get to where you're going, there's a person there that's very important to me, and I'm very sure they'll treat you very kindly. If you ever need someone to talk to, who isn't your family, or just someone who's good at hugs, then I'm sure he'll help.
Oh, is it?
He goes. Well, I call him Dandelion, but
I
I'll
don't
let him
think
know to keep an eye out.
Dandelion's not there.
she's not going to Dandelion, she's going to
Oh,
Nidum.
right,
She's
I
going to your
Dandelion's
pa.
up north. She's going to
Oh yeah,
your path.
it's my pa. He's important.
I will look for him.
He's a
Actually-
little stern looking, but he's a big teddy bear underneath.
And there are two people. They are both from Shalem like me, and that's my mum and dad, and they will happily give you food anytime. And they have two little girls there, Elsa and Anna, which still horrifies me, Richard. Elsa and Anna, and they could definitely use a big cousin to help them. You'll be fine, I promise. They're good people in a good place.
I'm putting you into the care of Granny. My Granny.
That's where I was going to say she needed to go.
I'm putting you in the care of the Granny because if she can raise me, she can raise you.
I look forward to it, I think.
She's about yay big. Don't piss her off.
She's a very old gnome. Beware the wooden spoon.
Beware.
The wooden spoon.
I will remember.
She wields that thing with no mercy.
I've seen her. She's quite skilled.
There's a knock on the door.
They go
Enter.
The door opens. And in walks a quite lithe, graceful, familiar, red-headed elf. I should have expected it was you.
Hi.
Who else?
And in front of you is Natasha.
Of course.
Natasha, it's been too long.
You made it
Please.
to Paras.
2 weeks.
It was a slightly longer walk than I am used to, but of course you
How
left
is
us
our new
behind.
friend? And how is our new friend?
Our new friend, he is energetic.
Natasha.
What, I spent almost a week traveling through wilderness with him.
I just keep Quick Fang's ears covered.
I get cold.
No, there's no judgment. If I'd had more time.
How did all
I
of the
really hope all of
humans
this is going over Quick Fang's head.
You see what
I
mean?
really doubted it.
covering her ears like?
The ears have been covered, just like.
I'm guessing Father sent you.
Yeah.
Then I present you your new precious cargo. And I point to Quick Fang.
She kind of crouches down so they're eye level. Kind of studies her. Quickfang moves slightly self-consciously.
I think you'll like her.
You are small, flexible, light on your feet. I can teach you much. At least on the way to New Nidum, she is being sent. Da?
If you can, please.
Yes,
Yeah.
please. I will message Granny ahead of time and let her know she has a new ward.
If you could consider her someone in need of asylum for her
Well-
own safety.
When was the last time you messaged Granny? What kind of reception do you expect to get?
Ah, good one. They messaged a little while ago.
About 2 weeks ago.
So, you have said your goodbyes, little kitty.
Oh.
And she kind of looks back and runs forward and hugs Quill once more. Do not be
I'm going
sad,
to-
cousin. I am going on an adventure.
You are indeed, and with Natasha, God, you're going to learn more than I'd hoped.
I'm going to just hold on to Clicklaw's paw for a second, hand paw, whatever. I'm not really sure of the correct terminology here. But I'm going to hold on to her and just go, I know we told your cousin that he would never see you again. That is not necessarily the case. It all depends how things go, but for as long as you are there, you will be loved, you will be safe, and you will have fun.
And next time you see me, I suspect I won't be any match for you.
Once
If you learn well what Natasha has to teach you.
once you're old enough and the village believes you can protect yourself, you'll be given a choice. We all were. Sort of.
We should have been.
We were about.
It didn't quite go to plan, but you know, you will be given a choice.
Yeah, let's hope
Missed
yours
it
was
by like
better than
3
ours.
hours.
Pretty much.
They are the best people. You're going to have so much fun.
You are also very emotional.
I like this kid and I miss my mum.
Come, little cat. We have to go and drag my new friend out of a fighting pit. Come.
Ooh.
And she takes Quickfang, who kind of glances back over her shoulder.
I'd flip her hood up as she goes past me.
And then she waves, and they are gone.
It was a good shout. Natasha will probably keep her safer than anyone else would.
Do you ever wish you were going with them? Going home?
I was about to ask.
Oh
Is it
yeah.
bad that I wish that it were me going.
Why
to go
can't you?
have a cuddle with Pa?
It's not
We
safe.
don't know. We don't know where it is. We could bring down danger and trouble, and we still have a blood trace on us. And if we return to New Needham, we could get them all killed. So
It must be very hard.
I wouldn't wish that on them.
we love our families. Shit! I should have given Quickfang one of the stones to give to my mother. Oh, I'm such a dickhead.
I still don't mind talking to your mother for you.
Thank you. What a twat. And I'm going to go start rummaging through my bag, like organising things crossly, even though it's a bag of holding and it makes no difference.
Just one final note.
Ariana?
How far away from the hotel are we? Because we don't have a ride anymore.
I don't know.
You got a map? though?
We'll make it.
It's just been a really long day.
Yeah, can we work out how far away we are?
Yeah, how far away are we, Rich?
Not actually that far. You're in the slightly poorer side of the entertainment district. It's quite near the kind of the hotel and restaurant district as well. So maybe a 20-minute walk.
Oh, it's not far at all. Look, here to here.
I'm sure we can get a carriage if you don't feel like the walk. But
I actually-
personally, I would quite appreciate the chance to clear my head in the air.
Yeah, that'd be
You-
nice. Let's go for a walk, guys. Let's stretch our legs, and hopefully we'll sleep better tonight.
Actually, I'm knackered.
Holy Christ, that music came out of nowhere.
It's been kind of glitching, and it just restarted itself. So
It's just suddenly guitar.
sorry.
Suddenly, guitar.
I don't have the thing open, so I have no idea what you're hearing. My
There was just nighttime noises, like people chattering in the background, and owl every now and again, and suddenly it went dong.
my presumption from your reaction was that it was like the opening chords of Back in Black, or
No, it was just somebody slamming their hand on a guitar.
Medieval lute, but bling. Yes, but as it is 9 o'clock then, and you begin to make your way, I'm assuming, back to the hotel.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break. Yes, we're going to take a break there. Thank you. Oh, we got a raid. I didn't realise.
We did.
Thank you very much for sticking with us.
Live. I love that name.
It is a cool name. Thank you very much for sticking with us so far. We're glad to be back. I'm very much enjoyed. I very much enjoyed your idea of what you wanted to do with your family. I've been waiting 2 weeks to work out what you wanted to do with your cousin. I'm happy.
it went okay.
But yes, please join us in about 10 to 15 minutes when we come back for part 2. We'll see you in a bit.
See you in a minute. Bye.
Keep waving.
Oh my
Welcome
god!
back.
My mum just did like the loudest sneeze downstairs just before you did that, and I was.
Welcome back to episode 72 of the Chronicles of Nidum. Yes, where we left you guys, we were on our way back to the Horizon Hotel.
Home.
And if you want, I'll be nice. If you've got nothing else planned to do, or nothing you want to talk about before your evening's rest.
No.
Anyone?
No, nothing. I just want to go to bed. I'm tired.
Long rest? Can we take a long rest?
You can all take a long rest.
Oh, thanks for
There's
that.
no slots.
I have magic again, guys.
Yeah, you
I
were,
have everything again.
you were still
Oh,
barely
dear.
holding on after the fight with the...
We had
I only lost
we'd had a
25
short
points.
rest.
Fine.
So I had 1 4th level spell slot, but like
I
pretty
had
rough, all things considered.
a couple of firsts and 1 third level spell, but I was saving it for a revivify. I always save 1 just in case.
I think I had like
that's
1 in
funny.
each spell slot left to use.
Biggie said in the chat somehow I don't think we'll have to pay that hotel bill now, and it's funny because I literally when we went to a break I immediately said we've got unlimited money again now because I don't think Busy Claw's going to give us a shit about charging shit.
And do you know what's really funny to me, just to be clear, is we were definitely the rebels on the train that messed up Busy Claw's shipments. Oops.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
Yeah, you were.
To be clear, what were they shipments of?
Oh, humans, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fuck him. Fuck that guy. Supposed to be a wine merchant.
Yeah. Well,
Just had to get involved with trains.
So, you all wake the next day, knowing what you know about the goings-on in the town. What would you like to do? You walk out into the suite. The breakfast has appeared, as it has previously.
I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna have some breakfast. I'm gonna go for a bath, and I'm gonna get ready to go see my brother. And if anybody else wants to join me,
Gonna eat a croissant.
I'm going to start working on my armor while munching pastries.
Okay.
What's on?
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna get up and have breakfast, and I'm gonna be like, I'll be extremely solicitous. Like, I'm gonna be pouring everyone's drinks and like making sure everyone's got everything they need.
In which case, with a mouthful of croissant, I'm going to turn to you and go, Quill, what's with you? What are you doing? What's going on?
I'm very grateful to you all for your help with Quickfang yesterday. It meant a lot to me that you all went so far out of your way to see that she was well taken care of. She's no one to you, and you didn't have to do that. It meant a lot.
she is an innocent child, and she's also awesome. So
Also, she's
Isn't
not
she,
no
though?
one.
she's great. No, there's not many girls I know that would run away from a prince.
She's not no one. She's family. Your family, therefore she's family. So's
She's
basically,
also a
but
little
you know.
better, so
It meant a lot to me.
Okay, but you don't have to be weird about it, all right?
Okay, I won't be weird. Would you like any tea?
Yes, please.
I start making tea.
I point to the permanently brewing pot in the corner.
Yeah. I've got the permanently brewing pot. I'm making tea in it.
Okay.
Dice.
I forgot about my winged boots. I haven't forgotten about the teapot.
Priorities.
Dice, if you could roll me a Arcana check, please.
Yeah, I can.
Or a tinkering check, actually.
Yeah, so what is it? It's intelligence and proficiency bonus twice?
Intelligence plus proficiency doubled, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, 20.
20. Dirty 20.
I rolled an 8.
Okay. As you sit
No, I
there,
rolled a
then,
7.
as you sit there then in the morning, as everyone else chats amongst themselves and eats their breakfast, you start to hone in on the jar, the liquid, feeling it between your fingers, getting a sense of the magic that animates it. And you have a choice.
Hit me. That's not the choice I make. Give me the options is what I mean.
Okay. You can
The music stopped.
you can almost completely lose your adamantine armor. Replace it with this one. You'd have resistance to fire. Still full plate. You can keep the adamantine, but the armor will be much more flexible. Or you can try for the hool thing, and you would have crit negating fire resistant armor.
I am obviously going to try for the whole thing.
Okay.
Whole. I can't even say that word.
I'm glad you called it out, because
I saw your wince, Greg.
I was trying to keep it inside. You know,
You literally went,
I can't.
Nothing wrong with it. Nothing
Hool.
wrong with it at all. It's cool.
whole.
Hool.
That word
whole
is pronounced hole.
No, that's the bit when you have a hole in the ground or a hole
They
in
are
something.
they are homonyms.
It's a good word.
Cool.
Okay. It's gonna take you some time,
But yeah,
like a week, at least.
can I work on it and still use it in the meantime? So I'll replace sections of it as I go along. That would make most sense, surely. I'm not expecting to get the rewards until the end, but I also will never have an opportunity to go a week without armor, so that's irrational.
With the way you know the liquid armor works, no.
Then I will put it back in my bag. I can't use it.
You
I'd
cannot.
be okay for the next week.
You cannot
No, we're
separate
not.
the puddle.
Jarrus is coming back at any point. We've got
We're not fighting him.
no, but we're going to end up in the. We could end up in the palace. We've got all sorts of things going. We don't have a week where I won't have to do any fighting. We could still end up with more Illithid, and the Inquisitors could show up based on what's going on with
Armor
Cousin.
isn't everything. You'll be fine.
Armor is 90% of who I am as a character. No.
I reckon you manage.
Laughs in my 13 armor class.
I can't. I not until we get a week's actual downtime. No, I can't do it. No, a week is too long. If I could do it in sections and like reduce the armor class or something as we go along, then yeah. But I can't take the whole thing off. That would be crazy.
Saying that, you could put the bronze armor on and
What do you mean?
use and then do the attach the adamantine to it in sections. But you'd have to change your armor now. So instead of the adamantine, you'd have the bronze armor.
Yeah, that's much more rational. Let's do that.
Okay.
All right. You're gonna have to add it to my thing though, because I don't have the bronze armor.
I can do that. Give me a second. And is it not in your...
No, you never actually gave it to me
Oh, sorry. I apologize.
or told me what it was.
That's because I homebrewed my version. If you are successful, there we go.
I'll be successful. Don't be daft.
Okay.
I'm going to look pretty mental for a week or so, but no big deal.
Okay. Because of the nature of what you are, because of your armor skills, the liquid flows from the jug. As you remove the adamantine plate, it flows inside your clothing, and it tickles. It is like liquid metal heated to a point where it flows like water, but it is cold.
Guys, look!
And as it goes to cover your skin, it gets to your neck and seems to stop.
Okay.
As if wondering whether you want a helmet.
I focus on having a helmet and then not having a helmet again afterwards, out of curiosity.
Okay, what version of the armor are you currently wearing?
I don't know what it looks like. Oh, right, infiltrate. I get what you're asking now. I'm with you.
Okay.
That was a hell of a climb down there, Mill.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What different versions does it have?
You went in real hot and backed off real fast.
Okay. As you sit there then, and everyone who's watching will see, the armor completely covers your face, but also seems to spill out of all of the collar, cuffs, the seams of your clothing. It is suddenly a dark, burnished bronze that covers your entire body and is skin tight. But it also seems to be, when it catches the light correctly, etched with incredible, beautiful, like cogged detail. And it seems to shift like oil. But the shine of the armor has been dulled.
What do you think?
Oriana just wolf whistles.
What happens if I take my shirt off and I take my shirt off with just the armor, like against my skin? You go, what does this look like, guys?
Oh no, you can't currently see your shirt. The armor has spilled out and covers it.
Okay. I'll think it back to like where it normally sits.
Okay.
So does it go just like under? Is it still on me? What does it look like? Help me out here.
The armor then appears to be absorbed into the rest of your clothing and peels back off your head. You now appear to just be sitting there wearing normal clothes.
I still take my shirt off and go, what's it like underneath?
It is completely bronze. Underneath your shirt, up to your neck and down to your wrists, you are completely covered in bronze.
Does it like cover the shape of the boobs?
Yeah.
Like smoothie. Hang on a minute. What if I want to, and I'm going to disappear to my room and take my trousers off? I need to know what happens down the bottom. Like, can I still pee?
It's bronze leggings.
Can
I pee? Can I peel them off? What do I do?
You are completely covered. As you ask yourself these questions, parts of you become uncovered to allow you to go to the toilet. Why is this? What is this?
Why do we need an epic description of your peeing?
Why are these the mechanics that we're questioning here? Okay. But
Because
yes,
if you're completely coated in liquid armor, would you not wonder how you were going to pee or have sex?
you have a butt flap. It's like a liquid metal butt flap that just kind of peels itself away.
Like the hillbilly one.
Yeah.
No, it's sexy than that.
Yeah. And then as soon as you
Like
finish,
for a chaps.
yeah, because that's the one that could work. It turns itself into a bronze pair of chaps and then closes back up when you're done.
Can I take it off? Is it possible?
As you will it does begin to coalesce or start to strip off, so you are now standing there completely naked. But it kind of balls up in one of your hands and it starts to search for somewhere to go.
Okay, you can go back. Cool.
And it covers you again.
Enter me.
Guys, I'm going to go back out and go, guys, I have a magic butt flap.
I'm very pleased for you.
Face is just concerned face.
I'm just gonna look at my watch and go, we should probably make a move.
This doesn't interest anyone
Let's
else.
do what Oriana is saying and not talk about butt flaps.
Does this not interest anyone else? Okay, fine. I think it's interesting. Whatever. It's cool. We're going to see your brother today, yes?
Yes.
Cool. I guess I'll go as like
introduce you to Claw.
I'll go as like a normal human with no armor on.
I'm glad you're so tickled by that.
It's much less sweaty. You have no idea. Oh, Ace does.
So you'll
Let's
finish
go.
your breakfast.
Yeah.
Get ready, step off the platform into the slowly descending tunnel of levitation, and make your way out towards the docks. It's a practice route now, doesn't appear to take too long. Made the walk a couple of times at this point, I think. And eventually you get to the Broken Scimitar. You walk straight through the bar. There are no familiar faces there today. Apart from some of the denizens that you've worked out are regulars, but have not yet spoken to. Captain Handsome is not there. The Prince is not there on one of his jaunts. And no one really pays you any attention as you walk straight behind the bar and make your way to the stairs you know will descend into Paras below. As you get down there, just off in the distance, you can hear the... much quieter than they were in Paras above, but the sounds of regular town life. People talking to each other in the streets, carts being pushed to and fro. And as you round the last corner and the town is presented before you, it does look a lot more crowded. But that may be because you just deposited 20 plus humans there the night before. But everyone seems to be getting on with things. You see a couple of familiar faces from the people you rescued the night previously, wearing now different, slightly better repaired, if not cleaner, clothing. They wave to you. A lot of them are very happy. One of them even comes forward and kind of touches Ace's arm gently, nods in thanks. But you carry on through to the central tower that Oriana's brother has taken as his own. Standing outside the door with a large sheaf of papers and a quill in hand, staring down at them, scribbling furiously, is Kiara.
Good morning.
Oh, hello.
You look busy.
You have presented the town with quite a few problems.
Anything I can help with?
No, but I am waiting for people to come back and I suppose take them on. And they can apprentice to the pickpockets, the burglars, the finders of hidden things. You are here to see your brother.
Yes.
Ah, good. He is awaiting you inside. He was more excited today than I have seen him in a while. So perhaps he will be a lot more verbose.
Perhaps. How has he been treating you?
Well,
Good.
I do not know what it is that you have said to him, but his moods, though, they are like the wind. We do not know.
Ever changing?
Yes, unexpectedly. Most of the time. We do not know what sets him off, but as long as you are respectful and kind, you should have no issues. It is not you I am talking to, by the way. And she looks at the other three.
They will be no trouble.
I look
always
mildly
sharp.
offended. I look mildly offended at this.
I am rather busy out here, otherwise I would attend, but please, enter.
And I mean, introducing you to my family went so well, Oriana. Then how can this possibly live up to?
I didn't speak to your cousin, and then I seduced him into you kidnapping him.
I remember.
As you
Head into the house.
pass, Kiara kind of leans in. You're going to have to tell me that story at some point.
Oh, I will.
Good. She's like, you can see Oriana's kind of beaming that she's got like a girlfriend.
Fucking hell!
He meant to say Kiara.
What the fuck am I? Chopped liver?
He meant to say
Kiara.
Kiara.
Oh yeah, sorry, I meant to say Kiara.
Right.
I
Less
apologize.
offended now, thanks. Fucking.
But Oriana is also trying to make Kiara his sister-in-law, so...
Okay.
That's allowed. Hello.
As you enter,
Mm.
as
Oh, mine's come
you all,
over now. I made that noise.
Everyone's kisses.
Oh.
as you all
Oh.
enter, then Thor's throne room. It is as dark as it has been previously. No additional lights have been lit for anyone's benefit. But you can see then, on the opposite side of the room, sitting on the throne, looking much more comfortable than the last time you saw him. One leg up over the arm, a goblet in hand, drinking. You can see the dark red, black tattooed tiefling.
Is most of his titty out by any chance?
No, he's like permanently shirtless, isn't he?
Yeah, the way you described him,
Mhm.
I presume he's very titty out.
Mm-hmm.
He's mole. He's mole, for God's sake.
Yeah, exactly.
He's pretty much shirtless at the moment, yes.
Yeah.
He's Brian.
Good morning, brother.
Good morning. Your friends have come.
Yes. Everybody, this is my brother.
A pleasure.
Hi.
And, Claw, I'm going to say his name. Claw. This is Dice, Ace, and Quill.
I attempt a charming sort of half curtsy thing that I get a bit wrong and stumble and go, hello.
I do an extremely flourishy bow.
Show off.
You just sort of awkwardly do the.
A
You seem in a
pleasure.
You seem in a better mood today.
Quite, dreams are good.
I'm
Good.
glad.
I dreamt of you, sister. And your friends.
Sweet home Alabama.
Craig.
You are accomplished.
In what sense of the word?
Skilled.
Yes, we all are.
In our own ways.
Me?
And I have a favor.
Yes.
Your crown, sister.
Yes.
I know where it is.
Wait.
It will not be easy to acquire.
Few things worth having are.
What she said.
What do you know of pocket planes, demi-dimensions?
I just flutter my wings a little bit.
Ah, yes. The Inquisitor, below his manse. He has one.
Does he now?
Yes. It's the only place he could keep it without me knowing.
I've shifted to another plane a few times before now. Mostly on accident. Hmm.
You will need an invitation to his home. I assume you and the Inquisitor have no bad blood?
I genuinely do that and then go.
There is. We don't have the greatest relationship.
Why can't we sneak in?
I have met him once as a tiefling of a different, but my skin tone was different, and I managed to convince him I was somebody else. And I have met him as a weaker blood tiefling. I'm sure I can get an invitation as her.
He has acquired a hospitality curse that I have not seen since the border wars with Carpathia. The undead there, or at least one flavor, cannot enter a home without invitation. He has had a shaman place a similar curse on his abode. Only those invited may enter.
I can get invited. My other only issue is as I may have to go as myself. Because when I met with him before, he had an assistant who could dispel magic. So disguise self would not work. But I feel he would be up to a discussion with me as myself as well.
I'm sure he'd be delighted, Aaron.
He doesn't necessarily know who I am.
Can we just kill him?
I wish, Quill. I really wish we could.
I really do not like that guy, and I would vastly like what happens to the curse if he's dead? Like it's not his house anymore, right? What happens then?
True. If the owner of the house passes, the curse lifts.
You know, there's a bunch of reasons things would be better if we were.
Let's do a kill.
You
We
believe
know
yourselves
deadly people.
formidable
we could.
enough?
I don't think we could take him, Quill.
We are.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be a head-on. Bucky, get out of my sewing box. It doesn't have to be a head-on fight. There are other ways to do things. We have sneaky people. We could do things.
We have allies we could call on, possibly. I'm very, very uncomfortable because only you could get an invitation, Ariana. He wouldn't invite me or Dice or Ace. It's you'd be going in with no one to watch your back.
Depends
don't
on how
like
much of a risk there is of him using dispel magic.
He can see thoughts as well.
You would need to tread lightly. For if he knew it was you, and managed to sample your blood, sending it to the rest of the Inquisition, they will find you.
They already have a sample of my blood and are looking for me.
True.
At the
Well,
moment,
now we're under their noses.
at the moment you say that, he shoots up out of his chair, casts the glass goblet aside, and it smashes against the wall. What did you say?
No, Ariana.
I point to Dice's amulet. It's like I'm protected for now.
Someone else has one as well.
I think Ace has the other one.
Me, yeah.
I'm protected while I'm in range of these two. Also, the bounty on me has been lifted.
The bounty on you and your friends has been lifted by the crown.
Oh, I know it hasn't been lifted by the Inquisitor. The man is obsessed.
He has problems.
He has an addiction.
You need to get that curse gone.
We
It
know.
is high on my list of priorities. You were slightly above it. I'm hoping you know someone who can lift it.
That would be good.
I might. I do. They are not here.
Oh, well, come out there, baby boy.
So can you hear him?
Yeah, the crunching's really loud on your mic.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
It's okay. We can. It is a great distance to travel. The southern edge of the Empire.
It's too far to get it done anytime soon.
But actually, the main bounty hunter that is looking for us is not currently looking for us. They know where we are.
And we have a deal with him.
Only until
But
the
has him-
Inquisitor sees you.
That is the concern, yes.
He doesn't know who I am, though. He just thinks I'm some pure-blood tiefling from Albion.
That is enough.
Yes. Well, I look forward to one day telling him exactly who I am and what he did.
And that he's a dickhead.
If you are to ever acquire the means, travel to the mountains in the south of the vineyards, high, where the snow remains in summer. There you will find a blood witch.
Mr. Claude, sir, I have a question.
How delightfully asked. Proceed.
Do you know where they keep the blood samples that they use to track people?
The phylacteries.
Oh, good word, Ori.
Until, as far as I can tell, the curse is broken. The blood no longer matters.
Or you can kill the person who casts the curse.
We have no way of knowing who that is.
But yes, if you need it gone, you can either ask the Inquisition very nicely to lift the curse, or travel south.
Well, I'll probably travel south at some point, but it won't be anytime soon.
It is not... We mostly stick together. I think it would make sense for Ace to pass Ori the amulet that we have, as Ace tends to stay with Quill and I, or in another dimension.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense, actually.
And then Ori could visit you with impunity. You would not have to be concerned that she could be tracked.
And I'll take it off and pass it to Ori.
I put it on. Thank you.
Was there anything else?
I was just hoping to spend time with my brother.
Well, I would have thought you were very busy.
I suppose I am.
I would have a quick word with you. Alone.
Yeah. Do you guys mind waiting outside?
No, of course. Goodbye, Mr. Closer. Nice to meet you. And I'll go
Been a
outside.
pleasure.
I'm going to do my weird curtsy bow again. And then go.
As you all leave, then, he turns to Oriana. Stay away from the absent prince.
I wasn't exactly going to trust him. He's an elf, regardless of his position in the royal family.
It's not a matter of trust. You foiled, not through any knowledge of your own, a kidnap attempt. And now he, I suppose, after identifying himself to you, no longer frequents the Broken Scimitar, and our plans to kidnap him again have been changed.
Why do you want to kidnap him?
For ransom, obviously.
Do you really think the royal family will pay much for a prince who's abdicated his rights to the throne? For his little brother?
Do not underestimate the love his little brother has for him, for handing him everything on a silver platter. They might not see eye to eye on politics, but once his brother returns from the front, if his older brother was missing, he would pay quite a lot to see him returned for his birthday celebrations.
I suppose, do what you want.
I will.
I know. Your dealings are your dealings.
If you do get the crown, while of course it is your birthright,
I'll bring it to you.
I would like to see it. As a reminder of a place I have never been. Thank you, sister.
Don't suppose I've ever been there either.
Your friends will probably need you.
Yeah. Oh well. You should invite Kiara for dinner tonight, and I will see you later. And I walk out.
Okay. Cool. So you get outside. Kiara's no longer there. Your friends, you're all together once more. What do you want to do?
Hello.
Hi.
Actually, there are some investigations. So just to clarify, the list of things that we have to do are as follows.
I can't be asked to go get my list.
It's okay. I'm writing one on the computer so I don't lose it. That's the whole point of what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
Except that I tried to open Word and then realised I don't have Word on this computer, so I have to use notes instead. That was stupid. Hang on. Now I can't make it go away.
You should get Visual Studio Code. It's the best.
Good to know. I was just going to use a sticky.
Okay.
Okay. So, we need to free the gnomes.
Look
Meet
at the baby.
Jarrus, I don't know how to spell his name, and free whoever is being kept for him.
Oh, hey, I can tick something off my list.
Deal with Inquisitor, question mark.
Steal back the crown. See what's going on with Rosette.
We're taking
Remove
back,
blood
back,
traits.
taking back the crown.
Visit one within the next 2 weeks.
Still crown. Visit one. Yeah, we need to go there. Okay. We can't deal with the blood thing. What did Nicholas Rath want us to do, Rich?
What did Wrath want you to do?
Yeah.
Um,
He gave us a job. I don't remember the job.
Steal the airship.
That was it. Steal airship.
Find Thor.
I was thinking in Paras specifically, at where we are at the moment.
Yeah, this isn't an overall. This is just what we need to do in one city.
We need to try and free the Queen of the Underdark.
Oh, yeah. Shit, I forgot about her.
Yeah. That's part of going into the palace too. There was something else in the palace. Well, Jarrus is... Somebody is stuck in the palace. There's somebody else in the palace, Rich.
Jarrus' son.
Well, we assume it's his son.
He said it's his son.
Aha. Okay.
Jarrus' son, the Queen.
Yeah.
Marcus.
Marcus!
Oh, yeah, okay.
Free Marcus, that was it. Yeah, anything else I've missed? Free the gnomes, meet Jarrus and free his son, deal with the Inquisitor, question mark, steal crown, see Rosette, visit one, get a tattoo, steal an airship, free the Queen of the Underdark, and free Marcus.
I
Anything
think
else?
we gave Bride too much time to come up with new shit while we were on that train.
Maybe. Anything else, Rich? Anything I'm missing?
Nope.
We're going to be in Paras for the rest of this actual year.
Possibly.
We were on a train to Paras for 3 real-life months. Like, I think spending a few in the city is not unreasonable.
No, that's fine.
Okay, so now I've got a sticky that says what we're doing, and it'll just sit on my desktop fairly indefinitely, I would think.
Okay.
So the Inquisitor is supposed to be getting back into the town today, yeah? Into Paras today.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably a good time to work out where he lives.
You know, we could always just kill him before he ever reaches his house.
I don't think we can kill him, Dice.
Poison's a wonderful thing.
Okay, Sepsis.
Hey, there are some people who deserve to be poisoned.
Yeah, no, definitely there is.
And this guy
More
is
than
one of...
anything, I want to see if I can catch a glimpse of Rosette.
I don't know that she's doing well, you know.
Rosette is I think Rosette is big dead.
Yeah, Oriana's hoping she's not.
I was just going to ask, did you say that in character? Because if you did...
No.
Dude.
In character, we have had a conversation about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I would like to go and investigate the factories. If you guys want to look for where the Inquisitor's house is going to be, as a human, I think I can pass more discreetly through the streets just to look at the outside and see what the situation is there. Stop making a plan for our various things.
Have we considered cloning ourselves?
Honestly, at this point, we might need to. But I was thinking of travelling through underneath here. I was going to find the kid and see if he would take me as far as where the factories are.
I want to be where the factories are.
I'm going to turn into Sylvia and go head to where the Inquisitor's house would be.
That sort of area.
Find it on a map and go.
I hand you a map showing sort of all the official sections marked out.
You won't be in range of the amulet.
No, Ori has
I'm
her.
wearing one now.
and I'm wearing one.
Okay.
So I'm the safest to walk off on my own.
Hmm.
I'm not planning to investigate anything that will cause risk of life and limb. Promise.
I'll be Sylvia in Paras fashion.
Okay.
That's what.
So,
I'm going to try and find the kid then.
all right. Oriana, you going alone?
If no one's going with me, yeah.
I'll go with
come
Ariana.
Or I'll escort Dice then.
Dice.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So
Thank
I suppose
you.
it makes sense for Quill to be with me because we were seen on the train together.
True.
Mhm.
True.
Okay.
The door's open. I don't know what you want from me.
So, as you split up then, Quill and Oriana making their way back through the ruins below Paras to the stairs to the above. Dice, you look around the square. You do catch Scout just sitting off to one side, kind of polishing something that he's just found out in the Badlands, in the wilds. And as you approach, he does kind of look up. All right.
Hey, kid.
How's it going?
Hi. Not bad. How are you?
I'm all right.
I need a favor.
Always. You're my
Aye.
best customers.
probably
Guidees. Guidees.
Okay. I need to get to where the factories are for the gnomes, the airship factories.
Yeah. Look, there's some weird stuff that comes out of the bottom of them.
I'd expect that to be. That's what I want to see. Danger money in it for you if there's any problems.
All right.
You lived last time, right? We had those angry ghosts. It'll be fine. You can bring extra people if you really want to. I just thought you'd want the money for yourself. But, it's your show.
No, it's fine. Yeah, all right. I can show you to a point.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, let's go. It's a bit dangerous, but yeah, all right. And he kind of...
I pat him on the head and go, you'll probably live.
Well, I'm definitely going to live.
I hope so.
I know how far to go.
Smart kid.
This way. Starts plodding off into the darkness.
As we're walking, I'm going to make the armor come up and cover my face and my hair, and then I'm going to tap him on the shoulder and go, I'm quite well protected.
Ah! Bloody hell.
It's quite fetching, though.
Yeah. But you look kind of... weird. And just begins to wander off again.
Well, that was fucking descriptive. I'll wander after him.
It takes about an hour then of picking through the ruins below Paras. But after the hour, instead of the strange sounds or distant sounds of animals scurrying through the ruins, the dust, the rocks, you begin to hear crashing sounds, banging, dull thumps. And as you make your way further on, the dull, kind of distorted noise clears up into metal. And it clangs into it. It clangs together. You see the ruins up ahead start to brighten, lit by something that you cannot quite perceive yet. But everything around you begins to get hotter as well.
Yeah. Good thing I've got my fire resist armor on. I should be fine.
And as you make your way forward and come out from behind a ruin, you can see before you a huge expanse of buildings that have been completely destroyed, flattened almost, by impacts from above. And as you stare up, you can see a gaping, fiery hole. And out of it, as you're staring, drops a large, broken metal cog. It's about the size of a carriage. And it crashes to the floor, maybe 100 feet away from you. It is glowing. It is so hot. And even then, as it crashes to the floor, you notice that the ash covering the floor is not solid ground. And it breaks straight through and begins to melt into the lava below.
Hey, kid, I've got a question.
Yeah?
Why are there cogs falling out of the ceiling?
I don't know what goes on up there. I've never been up there. It's mental.
Is there a way up?
Well, yeah, but I got close, but you touch a wall and suddenly it becomes like buzz saws, and you jump out of the way and hit the wrong bit of the floor, and blades come out, and
Heavily trapped, then.
you could say that, yeah.
Not the end of the world. Where's the route up?
He nods over, and there appears to be what looks like from ground level, reaching almost to the ceiling, looks to be a huge metal stalagmite.
With a spiral around it, I'm going to assume.
It's distorted, it's got holes in it. From this distance, it looks like there might be a way to climb up it, but it appears to have been from things that have dropped and melted together from above over the years.
And you've tried to go up there, have you?
Well, there's not many traps on the stalagmite, but once you get to the top...
Why the crap would you do that?
Well, you see that? And he points at like the centre of the cog that is still sinking into the lava.
Yeah.
And you notice that the entire fixture of the centre of the cog is solid gold. That's
Oh,
why.
I see.
Have you never
Been
been...
scrapping metal, then.
Well, yeah. Have you never been, like, stealing copper, lead flashings off ceilings and stuff?
I've never had to.
No.
Oh, okay.
And neither do you now.
What a lovely life you've had.
We fought a beholder once.
Yeah.
What's
There's
that?
been, there's been some parts.
Giant monster, big eyes, many, many eyes. It killed me,
Like this.
actually.
You look pretty good.
I got lucky.
Got better.
Alright, what's the going rate for bringing us here, Scout? I can find my own way back.
I don't know. With you lot, the rates are different. Couple of
40.
gold.
I give him 4.
That'll do.
At this point, I think you have more than proved worth it. You are always willing to go to dangerous places to show us the way. Thank you.
Use the word willing.
Coercible.
Always do.
Are you going up now?
I am going to go as far as the top of the stalagmite and have a look. It has got stalactite, not stalagmite.
All right.
I'll stay on ground level with you.
Smart cookie. And I am going to go over to the stalactite.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to cast Spider Climb
Okay. Cool.
to make my life significantly easier.
Okay. It is quite warm. Touching it barehanded would do you 1 point of fire damage per round.
Okay. Oh, that poor
However,
kid.
with your... Well, no, because of boots. However, with your fire-resistant armor on, you take no damage.
Cool.
As you begin to climb, then, it is...
As quietly as I can.
Mm-hmm. It is quite malleable, the walls. Where you don't find a handhold, you discover that your fingers do press in enough that you can get a good grip. The metal, while still warm, never truly cooling, as it appears to be growing out of the hidden lava lake below. It takes you a while, but eventually you do manage to get to the top, and you notice that just off the stalagmite, maybe about a 5 feet expanse, 150-foot drop, but 5 feet expanse between you and what looks like trash chute tunnel leading further up into the ceiling of the...
Can I hear anything interesting above?
The noise is almost deafening. There is a cacophony of sparks, metal, clangs. It is very, very loud up here. Sirenscape has decided to break, so I can't have the unsettling noise of the gnome factory.
It's playing some creepy music. Like,
Okay. I'm going to press on further, but I'm going to be very aware for traps both magical and mechanical in nature.
Okay. As you...
And also for things dropping from above.
Okay. No, the hole is just maybe about 30 feet off to the right from where you are. So,
Go away.
are you going to jump across the gap?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me an athletics check then. It's not a difficult DC, but...
I can do athletics. I know how to do jump. I've still got spider climb on as well. I assume it hasn't taken me an hour to get up there with spider climb, considering I could just walk straight up the damn wall. Rich?
Yeah.
Fine. Okay. Athletics check would be 18.
Athletics check. Yeah, you are fine. So as you jump over then, you find you're on the floor itself is metal. It is quite slippery, but you can just see up above it is a lot brighter. Maybe about 20 feet up.
I'm going to go and see what I can see, but very carefully checking for traps based on what Scout has told me.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
Okay, I'm going to give myself guidance on the basis that I can.
Okay.
And I'm not stupid. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
24. Okay. As you make your way forward then, you do almost immediately stop. And looking down, it's very difficult to see the seams, but as you get closer and closer to the wall, the floor of this chute that you appear to find yourself in, you notice that it's a lot of different segments of what appear to be sheet metal. The sheet in front of you that you were about to step on, the sheet to the left, which forms up the left wall, the ceiling above, and the one to the right, are all pressure plates.
I will avoid the pressure plates.
They're about 10 feet long.
So it's an entire circle around me, essentially. There's no way across it without...
Without floating.
Yeah, I can do that. I'd rather not, though. Is there a way to block the pressure plate from dropping, literally by putting something underneath it?
There could be.
I'd like to see if I can do that.
Okay. You got thieves' tools?
Yeah,
Cool.
of course.
Roll for me.
Okay. Is this an intelligence check with proficiency?
Dex.
Thieves' tools, I do have them. Just checking. It's a dex check with proficiency or without?
Mm-hmm. With proficiency.
I can do dex check. That was cocked. It ran into the side of the box. Okay. 14, 15, 16. 18.
Okay. The one on the floor, then you managed to wedge a couple of climbing pitons into the seam of the pressure plate. You're pretty certain that it will not now fall. And you walk across it.
It was actually 20. Yes, I'll walk across it.
Okay. You do feel then it shift ever so slightly And glancing back at the pitons, you see that they've moved, but they still hold their position. They're still wedged in the seam. There's no click. Nothing seems to happen. And you manage to make your way forward, up, out of the tunnel, and into what appears to be now a corridor. There is quite low visibility. There's a cloud of steam. You can see maybe 10 feet in front of you, up and down the corridor. Go straight from right to left. All of the walls around here are metal. There appear to be steam release pressure valves everywhere. There are wheels hooked into some of the pipes that run up and down the corridor.
So I would like to, as quietly as possible, find where the gnomes are being held, but without making any sound. And actually, I'm going to pull the map book out of my bag.
Okay.
I'm in the place now, so hopefully I may have a map of the building I'm in.
You have a map of what you can see.
But it makes guesses in the direction of what the rest of it would look like, right?
A little bit.
I'm sure that was part of the item, was that if... Hang on. Oh my god, I've got so many items. Where's my map book? My map book's not in my inventory. I don't know if it was ever added.
Give me a second.
I'm really sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to shoot off.
That's okay, Charlie.
I'll leave my camera up. I'll just cover it.
Okay.
Thank you. See you later. Have a good evening. Goodbye.
You're budgies now.
We are budgies. We're going to bed.
Okay. Give me a second. There we go. Where's your...
Unless it has a different name, and I'm being blind, it's not here. Interestingly, I still have the Tome of Clear Thought, despite that it has been read, so I might just take that out. I guess I still have it.
Yeah, you absolutely still have it. Where has that gone?
It's fine. It's something that can be added in later. It's cool.
There you go. It's there.
That's fine. Thank you. Yeah, Loki's Marvellous Book of Maps. There we go. I wonder what happened there. If the owner of the book has a place that has never been described to them, they can make a DC 16 intelligence check. On a success, an accurate map of the area will appear in the book.
Mm-hmm.
It's not been described, but I'm in it, so I would like to try and make an intelligence check to get a map of the rest of the area.
Go for it.
If I fail an intelligence check, I want a different fucking character. Right, intelligence check. That is a 12 plus 4, so 16.
16. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The book then, or the page that you're on, does start to expand with scribbles and scrolls. At the moment, though, all you've got is a corridor that shows straight ahead and straight behind.
No, sorry, if the owner of the book has a place that has never been described to them, they can make a DC 16 intelligence check, which I passed.
Mm-hmm.
On a success, an accurate map of the area will appear in the book.
Mm-hmm. You have not had this place described to you.
No, a place that has never been described. It specifically says that.
No. Place you have never been described to them.
Oh, a place they have never been described to them. You wrote this, didn't you? That's nonsense. It is a bad sentence. Make it better. Okay, I will investigate. I will try and see what else I can see as carefully as possible. I don't want to alert any overseers or guards, so I'll be as stealthy as I can.
Okay.
But I want to... Actually, no. You know what? Let's go a step beyond that. I'm not planning to do anything else crazy today. I will cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and get an accurate map of what I can see of the factory to get an understanding of it as a recon mission.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check then with advantage.
I should bloody hope so. You said with the... I got an 18 and a 19. Stealth. There we go. 19, 20, 21.
21.
Yeah.
Okay.
Darling.
As you make your way then closer to, or as close as you think you can get to the louder of the sounds.
Sorry, you froze and I lost you completely. What?
I think everyone froze then for a second. As you make your way, to the louder of the sounds, reckoning that may be where the workers are, roll me an investigation check.
Okay. Ooh, 15 plus 4, so 19.
Okay.
I have advantage on investigation. Why do I have advantage on investigation? Does it tell you where the advantage comes from? It doesn't matter. Anyway, that makes it 18, 19, 20, 21.
As you make your way around one corner then, having passed many, many corners trying to get through to this, trying to get closer to the sounds of work ongoing, you are presented with a wall of flame. And then a wall of incredibly cold fluid. The flame shoots up, scorches, and begins to melt all of the metal of the corridor in front of you. And as the flame stops, a sheet of almost white fluid shoots out and seems to immediately cool everything. You can see just past it, this carries on up and down this corridor for about 20 feet.
Okay, I would like to move at sensible points through the corridor.
Okay.
So I don't get cooked or frozen.
Cool. So roll me an intelligence check for the timing.
Okay. So do I still have? I've still got inspiration. Yeah, we're gonna re-roll that. That's better. That's 18.
Okay.
I rolled it.
It is in sequence. So, with a few feet gap between each jet of flame and each jet of whatever the cold liquid is, you jump forward, and as the flame catches behind you, the liquid stops in front of you, you jump forward again, you jump forward again, and again, and again, and eventually you get to the end of the corridor.
Okay.
There are now stairs off to your left. There's a corridor and a slope going down to your right. The sounds do seem to be coming from your left.
I'll go down to my left, carefully.
Okay. Well,
And still stealthily, please.
the stairs up then to your left. As you begin to ascend them, just over all of the banging and the clanging and the sounds of the factory around you, you do begin to hear the murmur of voices.
Can I make out what they're saying?
Not from this distance, but as you get to the top of the stairs, you look out, and you are now looking out over seemingly the bottom of a huge factory. You can see furnaces and forges, huge vats of molten metal all around. Above you, you can see rising floors and floors into the air, into a kind of smoky cloud that appears above them so far that you can't see the top of some of the stairways, some of the landings. You see huge scaffolding structures. And there are hundreds of workers.
Okay.
All of
Can I-
them gnomes.
Can I see any of the actual airships themselves?
Roll me a perception check.
20?
20.
I rolled a 50.
Okay. As you look around then, there are pieces of airships. Here and there you can see a wind vane. You can see some metal part of a hull. You can see the bow, and a bowsprit sticking from it, and a figurehead being attached. None of the parts are complete. But
So
as you
there's
are
more.
watching, you see a more completed section of an airship being attached to a system of pulleys and chains, and there is a whistle, and it is risen high into the cloud of smoke, but you can still hear the chains clattering as it goes far outside of what you can see.
I need to get a look at this place from the outside. I'm going to pause for 2 seconds and just think to Flandel, I don't know what the fuck you expect me to do about this. This is mental. You're a good god, but I don't even know where to start.
With that perception check as well, you do catch quite high above the gnomes, but shouting in Shalem, elves.
How many of them?
A quick head count would show about 30. They're all wearing slightly more, I suppose, hot climate friendly versions, but they are all wearing the uniform of the Inquisition.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to make my way back up to the top of the stalactite.
Okay. As you turn to leave, you see a large glass ball being lowered ever so gently into one of the vats of fire. And as it nears the top of the vat of fire, the fire explodes upwards, thrashing towards it. As it does so, it forms into a almost humanoid figure. The lava and the fire in itself, and you know that you are staring at a fire elemental. As some stone or metal on it cools to form what look like pieces of armor, you know that you are staring at a fire elemental Myrmidon, a warrior caste of the elemental race. But just as the armor forms, 50 gnomes lash magically glowing chains around the Myrmidon, and it is pulled into the glass orb. The glass orb is stopped, and suddenly a burst of light fills the glass orb, and something tells you, some part of your arcane nature, your artificery, that Myrmidon is now trapped.
I'm going to whisper, I'm sorry.
The glass orb is attached to chains, and again rises up into the smoke above.
God, this place sucks. Okay, where the hell would one begin with sabotage for something like this? And would the gnomes be blamed if I did sabotage it? I need to leave. I'm going to turn and make my way back down through the corridor of ice and fire. And then back down to the top of the stalactite where I have a plan for getting down quickly.
Okay.
And I'm going to make sure that I keep the trap locked when I go.
Okay. So you eventually make your way back to the top of the stalagmite, sorry, and...
Stalactite, it's coming from the ceiling.
No, it's coming from the floor.
Does it join in the middle? Because then it's a pillar. It is a stalagmite then, my mistake. To save myself walking all the way down it, I am just going to make sure that I'm not going to land in lava, and I'm going to launch myself off the top of it.
Okay. As you launch yourself off the top, it's a 150-foot drop.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do I need to bring out the sanguine digital dice so I can make the splattery noises when I roll for damage, or...?
No. When I get sort of halfway down, I'm going to cast Featherfall.
Okay.
Or a little bit closer to the bottom, but I'm going to cast Featherfall and then drift the last little bit to make sure I don't take damage.
Cool.
But I am going to do a superhero landing when I get to the bottom.
Cool.
As Piggy said in the chat, Ace catch me is a solid plan because they'd certainly try.
They would also end up squashed. It is unfortunate. That is blunt force damage in the biggest way.
Catch me!
Ace, catch me! I'm actually going to say it as I jump, just for my entertainment, to watch Ace's panic.
And as you cast Featherfall then and drift gently down, Ace is there waiting for you.
Ace is underneath like,
I'm going to land
Right,
in
ready.
Ace's arms
Okay.
and give them a kiss on the cheek and go, thank you.
Scout is just staring at you. Bloody hell. How'd you do that?
Magic.
Can I learn that?
Possibly, if you have aptitude for it. There's lots of different types of magic, though, so it's not so simple as just learning magic.
Odin gives me mine.
Mine. Technically, mine comes from machines, I guess. Sort of.
What, machines like those things in there?
Sort of. Actually, technically, my power will come from the gnome god. Handle Steelskin. It's a complicated thing, but not all magic has to come from gods either. And I think some of mine was innate, and then some of it was enhanced. And what are you interested in? Do you like plants? You fond of plants? Are you good with building things? Good at hitting things?
Hiding myself.
Aha. Not necessarily magic, but
Taking things out of somewhere without me being in there.
there is a spell for that.
Is there?
It's called Mage Hand.
I will.
A basic one, actually.
It's quite a basic spell, yeah. It's pretty common too.
I'll look into it then. Thanks.
Your best bet would be to find someone with some magical ability who can help you to focus.
Well, I'll see what I can do.
Don't advertise it to the elves.
They don't like humans who can do magic.
Well, they don't really like humans, so I'm not exactly going to be worse off, am I?
Well, you say that, but having been hunted for use of magic, I can say you could potentially be worse off, yes.
Well, I'm good at keeping secrets.
I know, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything.
Do you find
Or
what
asked you to bring me here.
do you find what you're looking for?
Fuck, it's scary up there, huh?
I did say, I'm pretty sure, quite emphatically.
You did. I don't know where to start. I need to look at it from the outside, I think, and see what it looks like from there, too.
Big, horrible, belching like black smoke into the sky.
Well, that makes sense. They're trapping elementals.
Trapping the what?
Elemental magic creatures, so like fire elementals and things like that. They're,
I haven't got to learn about all that if I want Mage Hand,
like
have I?
in the last city.
they're what? Ace?
There were elementals in the Temple of Odin last time, I think.
Potentially, this was a Myrmidon, and it was trapped into a glass sphere. I think they used to power the airships. No, you don't have to learn this to learn basic magic. This is my own personal interest. It's okay.
I'm not one for books.
May I suggest wizardry is not for you, my young friend.
Right, you are.
Although they actually do have access to Mage Hand more easily than others. So maybe wizardry is for you, and you may have to read a few books.
It's always books.
You know, education is no bad thing. And I'm going to start walking back and lead you away.
Okay.
I'm going to go and attempt to locate Quill and Ori. I'll use the sending stone. Quill, where are you? We're going to come and find you. Quill?
Will?
You're muted.
I don't know entirely. I was going with Oriana, so I don't know what the plan was. I think Charlie has gone to bed, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You were trying to find out where the Inquisitor might live, weren't you? So going
Yeah.
to the very affluent areas, I guess, for the Inquisition.
Yeah. I guess I don't. Yeah, I guess we would be
Would you be fairly
investigating.
familiar with it, given that your cousin lives in a fairly affluent area?
Yeah, but I also only got to town a few days ago.
I did mark off on the map the most affluent areas, as far as I was aware, that you could investigate. So
I know it's a little bit early, but it is only 25 minutes, and we don't do this very often. But seeing as I suppose the next bit is very much dependent on you and Charlie interacting. Do you want to call it
on the lead?
Yeah, do you want to call it there? Do you mind? Do you guys mind calling it there?
No, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can pick up.
Yeah, I don't mind because we're on
this bit next week.
Yeah.
I think we've had a pretty thick episode, regardless of finishing a little early.
Yeah, it has been, and I got more of the factory investigated than I expected to, so that's quite nice.
Yeah, that went well.
It was fucking terrifying. Like to go on my own, I was like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't have come with.
Definitely
have really a way of getting there.
It's possible we shouldn't have split the party for that one.
It's a lot scarier than I thought it was.
Yeah.
I was trying to make it appear like someone who had lived in a medieval fantasy setting for their entire life suddenly being thrust into the Industrial Revolution.
No, it worked. The dice has come out going, fuck me.
You guys want to talk about doing a session 0 for the in-betweeny campaign that will be starting this month?
I am super excited. I would love to. Yes.
Okay, so
do you want to do that on stream?
Sorry?
Do you want to do that on stream?
Well, we can, or we can just talk about it off stream. But like, I was gonna say, like, we should stream our session 0. I think.
Yeah.
I'm up for that.
So some night this week, possibly.
Oh heck yeah! Whenever I am, we've got no kids here this week, so we are so much freer than we have been.
I have a free week as well, so.
Biggie is asking, what campaign is this?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm the. This is something I've been promising to do for a very long time, and I've been slower than I should have in getting around to it. But on one Sunday out of the month, we're currently thinking the third Sunday, I think, of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to run. I'm going to be running a campaign, which will give Bri a chance to play at least once a month, and also like give him a week off every now and then from running Nidum, which he works super fucking hard on, and
deserves to play sometimes.
Deserves a little bit of a break from being in charge of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be that's going to be starting, I guess, on the third Sunday of this month, which I guess is 2 weeks today. I guess that'll be the 15th, wouldn't it? Because today is the first Sunday of this month. Oh god, I need to get a lot of stuff ready.
It does make sense though for this week to be session 0 then, so we can work out the characters and stuff.
Yeah. So we're going to do a little session 0. If I pop the map up on my camera, do you have a way of making that large for the like? Could you put it in battle cam or something?
Yeah, give me a moment, and
just as a little sneak preview for the people who've stuck it out to here.
Yeah, give me a second so I can get this up and
give you a second so you can get it up. Sure.
Yeah, right. Do it, and then I'll see where I have to put it.
Yeah. All right.
It was me squeaking. I moved my keyboard and it squeaked, and Kiva immediately leapt up as though he thought it might be the outside gate. It's not. It was my keyboard.
That's a little too zoomed in.
Yeah. Also, anyone who wants to can completely ignore the battle map that has come up on this. This was left there after Icespire because I didn't know what they were going to do tonight. So I
might say this is insanely zoomed in. I don't even know if I can. No, I'm just going to have to shrink it by clicking and dragging it all the way down to a reasonable size. Oh god, this is going to take a while.
Who did the illustration on that?
It's Incarnate. I made it using Incarnate.
Oh, okay,
It is.
so it's like pre-made pieces that you've sort of popped together.
Yeah. It's Incarnate is very cool. If anyone wants to make maps for anything, they're not a sponsor, obviously. I just use them and I
They're
like them a
useful.
lot. But it's a pretty good tool for making maps, and you can make them at like they have lots of different like styles. So you can make like a world map, but you can also make a town map. And you can also make battle maps, and they have different sets of assets that you can use to make all of those different things. This is like an 8K resolution image.
You can't right-click it and say stretch the screen or fit the screen.
That's a good question.
Right-click,
Scale filtering?
transform,
Transform,
fit the screen.
hit the screen. You're a genius. Okay, yeah. So this is a little preview. This is I don't know if you've got it.
Yeah, it's in the battle map.
Sort of semi-full screened in. This is the village of Robin Falls. It's flipped horizontally on there for some reason.
It's fine. Just go with it.
Just take my word that it's the other way around to what you're looking at. Yeah. So this is the village where everyone will start. It's a small village, pretty self-sufficient village in the foothills of the mountains. In this little world that I've been working on.
And we are very excited.
I'm definitely very excited. You know,
Right,
I love getting to play.
You might be particularly interested in this section of the map, which is a little wizard's tower here.
I don't think your mouse is showing up over the.
Oh right, the top right bit.
Yeah. The it's kind of out of the way from the rest of the village in the woods.
Yeah. I think you were interested in playing a wizard, so that would be where your sort of master, I guess, would be based in town.
I like it.
Yeah, not a lot of features to go through. It's a pretty basic town. You see little like mining, quarrying operation down in the bottom left. Farming in the north. There's a windmill up on the cliffs there on the right.
Do you know what you've done now, though, Greg?
What's that?
You've given Stu another artistic tool to dive into and get silly about. Because, Stu, if you haven't already, Incarnate, INKARTE.
N-A-R-T.
Sorry. Incarnate is a fantastic map-making tool. I have lost an entire afternoon.
I have lost many. This is far from the first map I've made of this exact village.
I have, I believe, in fact, made, or I attempted to make strange maps of Albion and your route, I think, through some of where you'd been so far.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. If you go on Incarnate and have a play around just with the free map bit, it's a lot of fun to have a play around on this tool.
I'm planning to make some. I'm planning to run the campaign in a virtual tabletop thing called Foundry VTT. I don't know if any of you have looked into it, but it's.
I've seen Foundry.
It's a little bit like Roll20. It's, in my view, it's a little bit more user friendly than Roll20, and the benefit it has is that I have bought it. No one else has to buy it. You all can join from a link that I send you. So, and it's like it's a one time purchase thing. It's not like if you want the extended features of Roll20, you have to be a subscriber, and a lot of the virtual tabletop things, everyone has to buy it, and that didn't seem like a great option for us. So,
so sorry, what are we playing it on?
It's called Foundry VTT.
Okay.
It's very similar to Roll20. It's quite user friendly in my opinion, at least. But we'll go through it all. Hopefully, I'll be able to show you a little demo of it in when we do our session 0.
Yes.
So I'm guessing tomorrow night is our other D&D campaign.
Tomorrow night, yes, tomorrow night over on Dice of the Beholder, twitch.tv/Dice of the Beholder, our home channel, is going to be episode 7.
Yep.
7 of The Dragon of Icespire Peak.
So I think we'll be.
I've come so close to killing these guys so many times.
Oh, mate. Yeah. I mean, to say that in this campaign, like, I think, one person's died, and like aside from that, we've had like almost no one get to 0 hit points almost no times. In this new campaign, like, oof, we've had 2 very near misses for like total party kills.
Just stop trying to die. That would be good.
Well, I mean, he made us walk off a cliff.
I didn't make you do anything.
Harpies did.
Yeah, you failed your wisdom saving throws. Nothing to do with me at all.
You were controlling the harpies.
What do you mean nothing to do with you at all?
I think it has. I fully think it had something to do with you. But I'll hopefully show you guys a little demo of how Foundry works on. I don't know if we want. Should we aim for Thursday for?
Yeah, we can do that.
Thursday sounds good.
Session 0. Cool.
Yeah.
Because I still need to make myself a little list of people who live in this village and stuff, so I can.
Should we do it over on Dice of the Beholder as well?
Yeah, I think we'll do that on Dice of the Beholder. Cool. I don't know if we're going to run. Are we going to run this campaign on Dice of the Beholder, or will we keep running it on Heavyweight or PG?
No, we can do it on Heavyweight.
It'll be on a Sunday, won't it? So it'll be.
Yeah, it's our regular. It'll be our regular Sunday slot. So. Cool.
But yeah, I wanna make my character. So when you create a campaign, I can add it in. I can get Bri to share his content, and then I can create the character I want.
Yeah, I can.
Not
I can.
into
I can
session
create.
duration.
I can create a campaign and send you guys the link, so you can like start working on your characters.
Cool.
Like what you want them to be like, and we'll talk about like how that fits into the world.
Awesome.
Very exciting.
But it probably won't be that exciting actually, because it's a pretty generic like fantasy starting village. Like there's nothing very fancy about it. This is not Nidum. I haven't.
Biggie wants to live in the village if he can.
Yeah, I mean it's my little socialist utopia. There's no one. This is one of the like main things that you need to know about the village for your character creation. Like there's no mayor. There's no like mine owner who's very rich while everyone else works in the mine or anything like that. Everything in this village is like in common ownership.
Yeah.
So any of the like farmland or anything, whoever like wants to farms on the farmland that is commonly owned by everyone in the village, and obviously there are people who work regularly in the mines, but they're not like coerced to do it, and they share the like the resources that they get, and make collective decisions about what they're going to do with their products.
I'm very, very excited.
Yeah.
Very, very excited.
I am too. I can't wait to get started. I like creating new characters, so it's a good fun thing for me. What's very funny is you are just map head.
I am extremely nervous-sighted.
I was nervous-sighted to do the one shot last week, and it went okay.
It went very well.
It went awesome. I very much enjoyed it. You can catch it on our YouTube. If you don't want to watch the VOD, it's slightly edited, so the break isn't a quarter of an hour long. But yes, you can catch it on our YouTube channel over at youtube.com/Dice of the Beholder, which I haven't plugged in ages, in fact.
Been a while.
But yes.
Been a while.
Tomorrow night we have episode 7 of Icespire. For the rest of the week, we'll very probably be playing some Sea of Thieves. I might even stream from my viewpoint some Valorant as I play with Amelia and her new friends.
I'm pretty sure you're going to play. You're going to buy Escape from Tarkov and play that with me. I'm sure you said you were going to do that.
Someone's going to give me the money to buy Escape from Tarkov. I will buy Escape from Tarkov. However, that's it for episode 72 of the Chronicles of Nidum. We apologise if we're being slightly short. However, knowing what I know, next week's going to be a lot of fun. So, apart from that, thank you very much to those who have watched. Thank you very much to those who will watch. Take care, stay safe, wear a mask, don't go outside unless you have to, get vaccinated if you can, and haven't already. Cannot wait to see some of you guys in person very, very soon, or as soon as possible. Especially for the, if Stu actually hurries up, the watch party I'm arranging with him for, again, the final 2 episodes of Campaign 1 of Critical Role, because I want to put myself through that again. But yes, we love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.